Big John, nice to have you back for episode 150 of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday.
Hey, thanks, Jamie.
What do we talk about?
We talked about a little bit about headlights, some fat tire bikes, and, probably a little bit too much about sponsors, but it's all good stuff.
We had a lot of sponsor talk, way too much sponsor talk.
Yeah.
What about Husabergs?
Good Husabergs. Everybody loves the Husaberg.
I do, at least. And then we talked about the internets, but with that, you're just going to have to listen to this show. Welcome to episode 155 of Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. This is the show where myself, Jimmy Lewis, and tonight, back in studio, Big John Perkins.
Yeah, look at me. I even showed up for a little, guest appearance, helicoptered in.
Helicopter. So the last time you were on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday was show 100? Was it 100 or?
I think it was earlier than that.
It was show 50.
I don't think we ever got into the triple digits with me.
Oh, yeah. Okay. But, so he got a job. He got more important than this dirt bike stuff.
It's not nearly as fun.
Oh, yeah. You're right. It isn't as fun.
Not a fan, really.
This is the show we answer your motorcycle and motorcycle product related questions. I think it's the best show that's on right now that I'm the host of. How's that?
At this moment right now, there's really no competition.
No competition,
really.
Yeah.
But what about a better rider?
That I'm the host of right now. That means like right now.
Pay attention to the details.
Yeah, it's all in the details here. So we're running our Instagram live.
Which I don't want to, I don't want to hustle the old Better Rider podcast, but that is a fantastic podcast.
Thank you. We need to do some more episodes.
We do. We need
what
more
was
episodes.
the best episode? What was your favorite episode of Better Rider?
It had to be Matt's.
No.
I liked listening to Matt.
Oh, come on.
I really did.
Really?
No one likes listening to me.
He's my friend.
What about Crazy Nate?
Crazy Nate's was fantastic.
Nate's was my favorite. Not even close.
I really tried to get Nate in here for this show for tonight, but it's just too hot. He's not really into the traveling out here for that. So
it's sticky too. Right
I'm just glad I'm glad I have one fan of my show.
One.
Yeah,
are you a fan?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, a fan of your episode.
Of my episode, yeah.
No, I'm just a general Matt fan.
Well,
right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I got you, buddy.
Yeah.
We will get to talking about motorcycles. We're just trying to do some house cleaning. Janie says my ex-bartender, she quit. So things have changed. A lot of things have changed, John, since you used to come in to do the show in a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
We started out at Romero's Mexican restaurant. Remember that?
We did have our own bartender then as well.
Have you sat in this studio, in this one?
Well, yeah. Well, not since we've gotten the backdrop.
You were over on the 2 TV set.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's classic,
If you're wondering what we're talking about, you can go back and look and see how horrible this show really was. And you don't have to go back that far. I mean, Matt says it got better at episode 100. Not really sure why he thinks that.
It got better.
Right about 15, it picked up a lot. I mean, it was probably a 60% increase in radness.
Is that when that was your first appearance? Episode 15?
I was here for like 5,
yeah.
Maybe.
In the first ones, I was just sitting there babbling to myself, which is kind of like a normal occurrence.
Yeah, those were always fun because you try and you inject little words here, and Jimmy would just it'd square you up there.
Try to carry the show, try to make it interesting.
It's okay.
I think tonight's gonna be our best show.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay, John, you want to gamble on this?
Oh, I'm pretty confident.
Okay,
here.
That's why I brought out the good stuff. Hey, you know what, George, he's one of our top fans, our favorite fans. He can't be there for us right now because he's on a cruise ship in Alaska.
Oh, come on.
He did. He called me. And said, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to make it." He was worried about it, and I said, "Oh, don't worry, George. We've got
George is always doing something.
We thought we'd do it right tonight, and
loud. So
we always have a little tequila on the show, or at least I do. Tonight's tequila will be Clase Azul Ultra Anejo. Yeah, that for all you. The guys on the Instagrams, you might want to look at that. It's in a case. It should probably have a lock on it. It's pretty nice.
I heard that's the Costco one, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that. You heard that's no. Don't believe anything that George tells you about this.
No, wrong again, Matt.
It's locked.
I thought it was Kirkland.
No, that's what he tries to tell you, but it's not. I weigh it every few days just to make sure it hasn't. Nothing's really happened.
Make sure it's not full of water.
Okay, so we have This show would not be possible with the help of our sponsors. John, you want to read our sponsors, and I'll tell you something about almost every single one of them.
My sponsor guy today?
Yeah, it started right at the top.
We can do this. Let's see. Well, we've got nothing better than the Yamaha. I've disappeared.
Yamaha you had a T7.
I've had a lot of Yamahas, but I did have a T7.
I have a T7 now.
We should talk about that.
Okay.
That is a fantastic motorcycle.
All right. Okay.
Everything right, whether you say so or not. Taco Moto, which I just actually, believe it or not, visited their website for the first time in my life.
Tacomoto.co, that's Taco Moto. They're the sponsor of Rooster Endo. Another thing you've not participated in this show.
Not yet. But we're getting there. We got time. But I was pleasantly happy with that. And I do have some questions about there. They got some stuff.
They have a lot of stuff for you.
My Husqvarna probably needs, but doesn't.
Right. If you submitted a video, or not a video, a picture of your bike, and you told us your make and model, and then what we do is we tell you if your bike roosts or endos.
Well, you see, I've been contemplating this for the last probably 100 episodes of adding one of my motorcycles to rooster endo, but it just feels unfair because at that point it would dethrone the 570, and then we would have issues as friends.
You can't even on the Husaberg 570 is for, if you're looking at this on the YouTubes or the Facebooks and watching the video, and you see the length of radness that the Husaberg 570 is. Hold on, does anybody need a bell? By the way,
radness. Did you invent? I used that word earlier.
Yeah, Bob, you want a bell? Here, let me toss it to you. Try not to break anything. There we go. Good. We will talk about Husaberg 570 tonight. Okay, our next sponsor.
But you can actually see that there's quite a bit of room there.
Not by the way that Matt has the camera angle tonight.
If we get her up there, you can see it. Right
We're trying to fix this.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's enough room there for at least 3 of my motorcycles.
Oh, between the big gap between the end of...
once we move the Berg back a little bit, there'll be enough room on the end of the stick for me.
Yeah, so if you're wondering what we're talking about, see this thing up there? That's our Rooster Endo bikes. They're all around the side of the studio, and they're up on the corner there. That if you're looking at this right now, and I put my finger on here, and I point at the regular bikes, and then I point off to the side, like way off to the side. That's where the Husaberg 570 is, if you're just curious. Okay, so next sponsor.
Not for long. We got Scott Sports.
Scott Sports.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Klein.
I went riding yesterday, late afternoon into the night, because it did rain out here.
I would have gone, but I was...
You're busy?
I was working. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Some people have to work, but my Scott goggles, not only were, because it was steamy. There was a little bit of moisture in the air and in the ground, but light sensitive transition lenses, so I could ride when the sun was setting and it got dark, and I didn't have to go get another lens or anything. I was pretty stoked.
Okay.
Yep. So I
don't have any of those, but I'm just saying.
All right.
What else we got in here? Climb. Oh Lord, Climb is.
Hey, Nicholas Kanjura. Yeah, Climb. I wear Climb all the time. Nicholas Kanjura says, "What bikes do you ride? How long do you have, Nicholas?" Everything.
How many motorcycles do you have again, Jimmy?
We're in the 60s now.
I was actually, so I brought my 2 children along for the show today. That's partially why I don't have any time these days. But I just got done telling them that Jimmy actually owns more motorcycles than video games give you the option to pick through.
Yeah, that's the way to put me up in the rafters for the kids there. Like, oh man, that guy's got cool stuff. So, Nicholas, let's see. I rode a Husaberg last night, 570, by the way. Mm-hmm. You may not know this, but quite possibly for a single cylinder motorcycle, there's really no power delivery like that. It's massive, it's long, it's torquey. Like it defines third gear roll on. Just unbelievable.
I've heard a rumor that it makes certain rally racers a little upset.
It makes a lot of people upset because they look at this bike and they go, "What's that?" And then it just walks away from them. So, yeah, I rode that last night. I rode a YZ125 last week. I rode a CR450R. I rode the 2023 one last week.
Lucky.
I'd love to tell you about it, but I'm under embargo. Strictly speaking, can't talk about it.
Next week, though.
Next week we can bring it up.
Tune in. We've got some information.
We're going to have a video. We're going to have some pictures, some words. Yep. I have all the words. They're all in one document. I just have to get them. Next.
Are you ready for me?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. We want to reclimb. Fantastic technical riding gear.
Right.
Good stuff. DDC.
Our first sponsor, actually.
I've actually got a
you got a sprocket right
juicy.
there.
Look at this thing.
Yeah, nice stainless steel chain wheels. They last forever. That's all you need to know. DDC.
Yeah, but they're not super heavy. So you don't get that like solid steel ring that is super heavy and actually noticeable as unsprung weight down there.
Right.
But I actually run those on my bikes.
I run them on all mine. DDCracing.net.
I actually pay for my own, and I still ride with them.
I'm working on getting a discount code, but he doesn't have a super big markup on them, so it's not easy.
It's hard, yeah, it's hard, but they're certainly solid there. What else we got here? We got Trail Tech. Well, nothing but the finest stuff there.
Yep. GPS units, Voyager Pro.
Yeah, but they're fans.
Oh, the fan kits.
Fans are fantastic.
Yep.
Good for everything, actually. Fasst Company, foot pegs, handlebars, beautiful stuff.
I sold
That was a bad idea.
I sold a set of mountain bike handlebars for him last week because we were talking about how good the motorcycle handlebars are.
I want some of those.
Last I looked at them, they were still prototype.
They've been around for a while and they're out there. If you think the handlebars and the motorcycles good, try them on the mountain bikes. I have them on my e-bike. I have a giant Trance, which I love, full cheater e-bike.
As you get older, it's probably the better idea.
Thank you. But the handlebars, Fasst Company. That's FASST, Fasst Company.
Yeah. Actually, nothing. That is the one piece on a motorcycle I will not ride without.
Made in the USA.
Yes.
Yeah.
And clear when you pick them up too, and realize that they're substantial. They're built well. They're very nice.
Yeah.
But what's we got here? Seat Concepts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they got.
I wish I was sitting on a Seat Concept seat right now.
Always.
Yeah. That's how good they are.
I think we actually have a Seat Concepts coming up later in the.
So the reason we actually reached out to them, besides the fact that I had one of their seats on my 1090 and it was just such a good seat. And I've used a lot of different seat companies, seat manufacturers, and the 1090 seat was good. And then Andrew Short gave me a seat for one of my KTM 500s, and it was a suede seat, and it was so bitching. And I'm like, I got to reach out to these guys. We started doing Rooster Endo. Mm-hmm. Every single bike that was submitted had a Seat Concept seat. And I'm like, oh, we got to get them to sponsor.
It's crazy. Which kind of one of my favorite things about the seat, especially, so I don't know what the model is for it, but it's got it's narrow at the front where your legs are up by the foot pegs.
Yep.
But when it gets to the back, it widens out a little bit, but not obnoxiously, so you can still ride an aggressive bike, but still have enough seat back there for any type of dual sporting or even just a long dirt road that you want to sit down on.
And that's why I keep on reminding, this is why we need to get you in for Better Rider, because you're a plus size dude, a little bit larger than an average person, but you don't do any of this crazy stuff that we find larger riders do. And you know as well as I do that you cannot grip with your knees.
No.
Because your knees are in the air.
Yeah, they're 2 inches over the seat.
And so you're talking about one of the Seat Concept seats. They have like their comfort seats that have this they're basically made so you can put your butt down on a thicker part in the back, exactly. But your legs can catch it. Uh-huh. And we were talking about some of the factory rally bikes that started going to what they call gull wings. So it's not so much the comfort to sit down. It's more like a bulge on the side. So because you can't get as far forward on the rally bike as you want to because all the instruments and stuff, and you need to hang on.
Yeah, they also got that crazy big gas tank looking thing up there.
Right. It's usually an airbox there, but same sort of thing. And they want to grip the motorcycle. And so this is what some of those comfort seats can do.
Which is also especially important when you're talking about a guy that's going to be on the bike for 2 weeks.
Right.
That's, anywhere that you're going to save a little bit of energy there, where you don't have to pinch as hard in some of the sessions that are a little smoother,
Yeah. So the comfort seat, Big John's a big fan.
And that was, I want to say you had one of those on like your 1190 or
the 1090. That's the one I had it. I have it on the 1090.
Yeah.
That's that seat. And that's the way they build them, especially on the venture bikes. They make them narrow up in the front. So when if you want to put a foot down, you can get forward and it's not this big wide thing that kind of flays your legs out and gets a foot down. So they put a lot of effort into their seats. They have a proprietary seat foam. They know what they're doing. They have, have a long list right now because it's busy and stuff. But if you have one of those Husky 901 Nordens, they have that stuff in stock right now. So if your 901 Husky Norden is giving you some issues in the butt, then they can fix that. So check out Seat Concepts for that.
Ooh, Bulletproof Designs.
Bulletproof Designs. Thank you. I'm wearing their shirt tonight. Notice that? A Bulletproof Designs shirt. Look at that.
That is absolutely about as perfect of a name as you could pick for their stuff.
They wanted us to test some of their parts that I have some experience with some of it, but we have some new bikes coming in. And so I'm like, get me some new stuff so I can bolt it on before anything gets bent or twisted. Because you know what it's like putting a radiator guard on.
Oh,
if your bike has a little bit of a bend.
As soon as it's past day one, it's too late.
Right. And if you think about it, if you just get it when the bike's brand new and slide it right on there, they fit perfectly. And the Bulletproof Design ones are so machined and so like meticulously perfect. They slide right on when it's new. And then if you wait too long and you have to beat it to get on there, it never fits as good.
It'll never fit right.
It'll never fit right. And it doesn't really do its job the same way that it should.
And that's especially with like the bulletproof ones, because their billet ones are so thick. Like I've had ones in the past, lesser quality ones and cheaper ones, that if the radiator is bent, you can actually bend the guard a little bit to get it to fit. And then all you have is a bent guard with a bent radiator, and it's just not quite right. And it's not as beefy because it really only brings you like a brace back to the chassis, but it doesn't give you that full fit.
Yeah, sometimes there are boxes that go around them, and they're weird things. These ones are custom fit. They're solid. And you think about it, if you bend your radiator and you say, well, now I got to buy a new one, well, and you don't want to bend it again, you're going to buy a guard anyway. So just save yourself of the hassle of having to buy the second radiator. Just get it when the bike is new. Get yourself a new guard.
Anytime I've ever tried to sell someone on a piece of protection item, and this is outside of the show. This is just talking with buddies, trying to sell them on stuff, right?
That's what this whole show is.
Yeah,
it's no show. It's just talking with buddies.
Exactly. So anytime I've ever done that, it's less about, hey, save yourself some money now, as much as it is a radiator will end your day, and that sucks. That's negative radness. That's a horrible day there.
Yeah. What does that cost? Like, in your, what's your time? Like at that point, what's your time worth and all the other the hassle?
So we were just talking about it today, and I work a ridiculous amount of hours.
Yes.
And the one day out of the month that I get to ride, if I wreck a radiator and my day's over, that's
snap a chain guide off.
Yeah, that's worth bad. That's worth hundreds of hours for me.
Right.
That's worth way more than the $300 for a radiator.
That being said, the show is brought to you by Yamaha, Moto, Scott Sports, Climb DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Seat Concepts, and Bulletproof Designs.
Oh, did you want me to just run through those? I just got so excited because I love this.
That's because some of the stuff's good stuff, and I really enjoy our sponsors because I use their stuff. I've used their stuff.
Oh yeah,
we reached out to them about kind of coming on board and doing some stuff with us. You can also help us if you're at dirtbiketest.com. Click through some of the Amazon links. Click through our link for Rocky Mountain MC ATV. We get a small cut that helps us stay in business. It pays for Matt to stand over there and stare at me like I'm doing something wrong.
No, I'm just kind of looking over there.
If you've got input, you just throw it over here. Yeah. If I see something,
it's nice to have a co-host that talks.
It's like a real show.
It's a
real show.
Oh wow! Yeah. See, I knew I brought you on for some reason a long time ago.
We're just out here doing our best.
Okay, good. We're going to do our best. So, if you're on the Instagrams and you want to keep watching us, you're going to have to switch over. Right now, we're live on YouTube and live on Facebook at Dirt Bike Test. If you like what you're hearing, man, I didn't see anybody ask any questions. These guys must all stay on for a couple more minutes in case if somebody has. Oh, somebody said they like the bell. They want to hear. Oh, you want to hear more Husaberg stories? I'll get all excited. Yeah, there was a guy that's supposed to call in.
Mm-hmm. Did you give him the number?
I couldn't find our communication. It was on one of these things. It might have been on. I don't even know it was on Instagram or wherever it was. But like I DM'd him and I said, hey, call into the show and try to sell me that bike because he had it for sale. And I was like, call into the show. We'll do the negotiation live on the show.
Oh,
and you could see me like any sponsorship money we've ever had for this show would just go right out the window. Like I don't care how much money came in; it would all disappear when that happened. I just saw what we're talking about for our product of the week.
I want to say years ago, you found something on Craigslist for that Berg, and I had to go pick it up from like North Las Vegas. I had to meet this guy in a back alley and buy like a pipe for this thing.
Yeah, it was probably a header pipe or
Yep.
Hey, our product of the day, we're going to talk about this later on tonight at the end of the show. It's Zip Ties Racing fuel filter. So it's an inline fuel filter. It's basically kind of like the Golan one. It has a micro filter in here. It clips right into your stock line.
Oh, look at that.
Basically, it's instead of the one that's on the one side.
Yeah, a little plastic
so
one.
you add an extra filter and this even has, believe it or not, it still has the little stock one in there that fits right in there.
Yeah.
But now you have a big filter. So you didn't know about this.
So
it's gold. It doesn't fit on your bike.
Let's see this. I know it doesn't match mine, but does that come apart? What is it?
It unscrews. You can unscrew it and clean the.
Okay, so you can clean it out.
You can clean it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, it has way more volume. So if you ever get some bad gas, if I were racing, like if I were doing racing, like especially with a dry brake, I would have one of these on there because there's always the dirt that's going to get it there, and it's going to pass through the other filter and get. And that little one will plug very quickly.
Yeah. Oh, even with the dry brake covers, those things are always.
We almost talked about it right now. I should just keep going with this.
No, run with it. I like
run with it.
Yeah, yeah. We could just move some stuff around.
I was going to actually do research like I should, and I was going to get the price.
Oh.
Yeah. Tell you where you can get it at ziptierracing.com.
Only if you had a producer with a computer in front of him.
Right. You could tell us what the price is.
I didn't know we had a script for this. I was just running with it.
We're trying to be a little more professional.
Oh, okay,
you see that box in the bottom of the screen?
Oh.
It usually has an counter on it. Look,
counter.
It just popped up.
Well, look at that.
Actually, I haven't really counted many tonight.
It's because I don't have to stall for something to think when Logan is
right.
Like vapor. The vapor in the room just goes down. Logan's answering the phones. By the way, the phone number to call in to Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. That's right. We have a hotline. It's the Hot Seat Concepts Hot Seat Hotline. The number is 775-318-5515. Okay.
Do please call in.
Instagram. Call in right now. I want somebody from Instagram to call in. 775-318-5515. Logan will screen your call. He may not even say hi. He might just answer the phone and go, sweet.
But
he'll get it over here. That's all that really matters.
Yeah, he'll transfer the call over. They say we've got two in the.
Well, I just counted one.
Can I see that?
No, I just said it because I was describing. Yeah, you can see that. That's a cool thing. So that's our product that we're going to talk about. It comes with a little pinch clamp. These are hard to get, but
those
they're hard to get off too.
Yeah, they're super hard to put on too if you don't.
The pliers that are
those
angled the other direction.
Little teeth on it, but those don't ever come off.
Yeah, so $74.99. Again, we're talking about a product that, like, how much is your time worth, and how sano do you want your bike to be, and all that kind of stuff. ZipTireRacing.com.
And as a guy who's pretty fond of shiny stuff.
They come in all different colors.
They
like
come
red,
in different
blue.
colors, and that's a big deal to me.
Yeah, you can match your bike. I could care less what color it is. That'll go on my Husaberg.
Yeah, Jimmy likes to make fun of me
570.
because I'll show up and I've got all sorts of this shiny stuff on there.
Hey,
it's
and
super worth it.
The good thing, and I'll tell you this just because I'm a bald dude and I know this kind of stuff, is there is no 90-degree angle in that. So the flow of fuel is not impeded by the 90-degree angle, because I've heard through the internet that can be a big problem.
I like the volume idea. It's
the volume of the filter. So all good. We usually like to jump straight into the other questions, but okay. So nobody from Instagram's called us yet, as far as we know.
As far as we know.
You think? Do your kids know how to dial the phone?
not a chance.
I wonder if my wife would actually call into this show.
We actually have a question.
She probably wants to talk to me.
Dave
Okay.
Black.
Okay. You say his name and you read the question. Then
I've claimed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Dave Black says, I'm looking to have some spare parts for an upcoming rally or rallies for my FE 501. 1, what would you suggest I put in my box? 2, I'm considering another fuel pump, but OEM ones are about $450. Any experience with aftermarket like Quantum?
Yes, I do have aftermarket fuel pump experience. And from what I can tell, if you're hard on fuel pumps, you will be hard on fuel pumps. So it doesn't matter the brand. And if it's kind of a name brand, Quantum, All Balls, there's a couple other companies. Taco Moto, by the way, you can go to tacomoto.co. They have a few different ones there. These are all brands that you can trust. I would suggest that they're just as reliable or very similar to stock.
Really?
I have not noticed one way or the other. It's the same thing with like wheel bearings, for instance, or swing arm bearings and stuff. If you're hard on swing arm bearings, you're probably going to get the same amount of time. And it seems like the first one always lasts a little bit longer than the subsequent ones, like the ones that you replace. But I don't know. I don't know exactly why. But in all the years of all the bikes, all the stuff, and I've used all these different brands, it's more on, did you install it correctly? Did you maintain it correctly? You know, was it put in there properly? If it's some weird thing, if you're getting it on Amazon for some crazy price, that's like, oh, that's a really good price. That's too good to be true. It might be. And the other thing I've seen, and some of the ones that aren't model specific, is I've seen ones that actually don't have any filters in them. You know, so there's it's literally just a fuel pump.
Just a pumper.
Yeah, it's, you know, they figured out it has the fitting that goes in the gas tank, and then it's a fuel pump and some hoses that, like, really? You know, there's no filter actually built into the thing.
If you go to Amazon looking for motorcycle parts, you've done wrong off the bat.
Right. Well, so we're testing a pipe on a CRF 230, an Amazon pipe. Dude, it was like kind of like exactly like a Pro Circuit, except for the parts that were made out of plastic on a muffler.
The thing is, though, that's not mechanical. It's a piece of pipe. So if it's well, you know what I'm saying, though. What I'm getting at is, if it's a lower quality pipe, so maybe your 230 gets hot enough to melt it, or if it falls over while it's hot, it'll dent very easily because it's made out of O2 thin and it's, you know, Chinesium type of stuff. Like, but as far as functionality goes, as dampening the noise of a, you know, straight pipe motor.
Yeah, they didn't care about any of this. But we got it. Here's the interesting. So we got it, and they said, okay, we put it on, just rode it like a stock. It was a big old bazooka muffler, like literally with a plastic ends cap on it. But I noticed when I saw it, I'm like, this thing's a knockoff of a Pro Circuit. So I went and got a Pro Circuit that I had, and I pulled the quiet insert out, and I put it in there. And I think I said, I want to see how this plastic end thing ends up.
Holds up.
Because with the blow through one, it's not any restriction or no heat. So now I've added this thing, and I'm going to see what it does. But performance wise, it was just like they just made it fit. It was no tuned length, but on that bike, does it really matter? No. And there's a lot of people looking at it, but I don't want to come on here and just say, oh, it's all crap. I want to try it and see. So I tried it. And how do I know about these fuel pumps that don't have filters or are just wrong? I see it and I go, well, I'm going to try it. And
that's like, you know, I'm all for picking and choosing things to try out. But there's things like a Chinesium shark fin. Okay, I might try that. You know, that's not going to end my day if it doesn't work out to, you know, if it isn't worth anything and it doesn't work out that well, it's not going to wreck my day or wreck my bike or anything like that. But when you start talking about fuel pumps that don't have filters in them, and, you know, let's just say a $6 set of wheel bearings, you know.
Yeah, well,
things like that. Or
luckily we have multiple bikes here. We have bikes that can be ridden close by. If they break, it's no big deal. Or you're literally, a lot of our bikes are rental bikes, and we always have a backup bike ready to go. So, you know, we can, and we're not testing anything that's going to break and cause problems. It's just stuff that, like, okay, yeah, look at that muffler's falling off. Okay, stop. Let's get another bike.
Which there is one thing that I'm a big fan of, and it's the general Facebook groups that, you know, motorcycle Facebook groups that ask ridiculous questions sometimes, right?
Never seen that before.
I'm sure you haven't.
A ridiculous question on Facebook.
This is like the internet, right? And one of the biggest things I've seen probably 20 times in different posts are people that they need to rebuild either the caliper or the master cylinder in their brake system, and they immediately go to, hey, I found this $20 brand new Chinese master cylinder. Do you guys think it's okay?
Do you guys?
And they're just group. Asking the world.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because that's where you get your professional opinions.
Right.
But
this, by the way, this is live on Facebook and YouTube, if you're wondering.
We're broadcasting live to a Facebook group right now.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. To a Facebook group that's looking for some
Not
information.
Talking about you guys at all.
I know. Neither was I.
But that's a problem to test. Because if your $20 master cylinder doesn't work on the front tire, or say it starts working too good at 70 miles an hour, those are huge problems. Those are problems that, like, hurt people. You know, anything
anything from the neck of the motorcycle forward are things you want to keep up to date with and not try really, really cheap things.
How important? Yeah, exactly. Like how important are your brakes? Which, so you're going down a long, mountain grade that your brakes like finally overheat on, and I just rebuilt it. So yeah,
which and I've said this before in the past is if your rear tire fell off, if the axle bolt magically found its way out and it crossed up and got stuck in the swing arm and stopped the motorcycle, you might be good enough to ride out of it, or you might just end up low siding it, or for the most part, you might crash. But it's probably not going to kill you. But if your front tire falls off doing 50 miles an hour down a dirt road,
or just like heats up and locks up the brake,
anything along those are things you just don't want to play with. Those are too important to play around with.
Agreed. Totally agree. Yeah. Yeah. So it's how much is it really worth? That's what it kind of comes down to, like doing this thing. Another thing that I get asked about and we talk about every once in a while is like people go, well, hey, there's a lot of knockoff stuff. Like if you look at, there's certain companies, whether it's I'm trying to think of some names. I know Rocky Mountain is doing, they have a lot of their Tusk brand stuff.
Yep. I'll say it all day. Tusk is 100% knockoff for a lot of items.
A lot of stuff.
But it's done right. It is a knockoff and it's cheaper, but it's still, a lot of their stuff is.
Yeah, it looks like they really do make sure that the quality on it is pretty good. And with, there's certain things that I wouldn't call it complete knockoff. Because like, for instance, their tires, some of the tread patterns look similar and stuff, but some of the things, and like I was actually pretty impressed with some of the tires when I rode them. I was like, wow, these things.
What is that rear tire? They have a new rear tire that's like a super sticky.
They have a gum. Yeah, they have a gummy. It's kind of like the Shinko. It's very similar to the Shinko. No, Ibex is the Kenda.
Ibex is the Kenda.
That's a good one. That's a name brand and a good one, just like the Dunlop and all the others. But when it comes down to like they have their own chains. There's other companies like Pit Posse was a company for a while that was doing a lot of this knockoff stuff, and you'd see a company that makes some high end stuff, and then you start seeing it for sale on Amazon. And you go, that looks exactly like the other one. And yeah, it's knocked off. But at that point, like, okay, what material are they using? If it's a billet aluminum piece, like what material are they using? And how do you know that it's really good? And if you like this stuff, you're buying these things and you're buying the knockoff things. If there isn't the company to develop the one that get knocked off, you don't get it. Mm-hmm. And I hate to see it when I start seeing some companies that, like all of a sudden a lot of their stuff is getting knocked off. It's the same thing like with dealers, guys go in and try 6 different pairs of boots on in a dealer and then run back to the internet and buy it there. And it's like, do yourself a favor and buy the one that you like at the dealer, at least the first one.
And it's at least the real one.
Right. Yeah.
Because you never know on it. Oh, well, if you buy something on eBay, it could very well say CD across it. And not be,
yeah, and then can you send it back? And who knows? I mean, there's all different things, but yeah, we can get into that. Hey, we have a Desert Adventures wants to know.
I thought you read it.
Okay. So
when you read it, you claim it.
Oh no. Rule number 1 on Tech Talk Taco Tuesday for the co-host
is always right.
Is when this arm over here starts getting cocked and loaded and ready to do something, which means I'm picking up my drink cup. And I'm ready to take a sip.
I apologize.
I just was leading you into the question from Desert Adventures.
I appreciate the lead up. This is actually a great question.
The lead up was
I missed the point, but I'm
Matt over there. He's doing all this hard work. He highlighted it. He's been patiently sitting. Yeah. He didn't throw.
I actually can't believe the patience that you've gotten over there.
I may or may not have just zoned out for a good portion of that. The struggling to stay awake.
What were you thinking about?
How nice it would be to ride a YZ125.
Oh yeah,
I sold my YZ125.
Speaking of that, for motocross riders driven to dominate, I just need to get the right one, and then you can read the question because Desert Adventures is probably on the edge of his seat ready for this thing. But he needs to feel out the exhilarating power and pure performance of Yamaha 2-stroke bikes. Do you know how? See, I caught that, Matt. I caught it.
Yeah. We're on the same wavelength right now. It took us 50 episodes to get here, but we're here.
You need to visit YamahaMotorsports.com to explore what's new for 2022. Actually, we should get reads for 2023.
I'll reach out to.
Yeah,
we'll get this updated
because they're going to be coming. The revised. I'll say it one of these days. Revised YZ125 makes for the perfect step-up machine, featuring an all-new engine, revised 6-speed transmission, new brakes, and suspension settings. And I don't care if they think it's a step-up machine. I like stepping down to the YZ125 and stepping up in my fun quotient when I'm out at the track. Matt could probably tell you how fast I was going on that YZ125 at Sandy Valley.
So,
yeah,
as a slightly above average motorcycle rider
that owns a YZ125,
I am. So I am essentially the same as you, minus the part where I was super good at this. So I'm like a washed up old motorcyclist that was never very good. So no, I just missed a little bit in the beginning where you were.
I heard you were good at wheelies. Episode 33 or something like that, where we talk about wheelies.
I can do a wheelie. Yeah.
Got it.
But okay, as a brisk 260 pounds at 6'5", I love 125s. They are so amazing. There's no bike you will ever crawl on, whether it be at a track or your local riding spot or anywhere, that you can actually feel like James Stewart twisting this thing to the absolute. You'll never jump on a 450 and take it right to the rev limiter and hold it there all day. Like
no rev limiter, just over rev.
Yeah, a 125, you can actually just take it to over rev and feel awesome, and then just run it into a corner and just whack, and it just does it, and you go away, and you're like, oh man, that's a feeling that you just don't get that often. Like,
and for a truly race inspired look, you can look at the Yamaha YZ125 and YZ250 Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions. And for the next generation of riders, I think you got a couple of them in there. You got to think about the YZ65, YZ85, and YZ85 LW that deliver big bike specs in a smaller package. Again, visit YamahaMotorsports.com and enter the victory zone. Okay.
So that bottom section right there. With the little mini bikes, I do have two heathen children. If I was to buy a 65, it would be a YZ, hands down.
And not just because of the ad? I mean, it's totally because of the ad.
No. It did nothing to do with that.
Because they sponsor the show.
But
that's why.
The KTMs are nice. No doubt. You can buy a a Husqvarna, a KTM, and whatever other one is under that branch. But when you're talking about a bike like that, sweet little mini bike, brand new off the showroom floor. I don't know I don't want to quote any prices on it.
Yeah.
But that one is a whole bunch cheaper for the exact same thing.
Right.
Like essentially the exact same thing.
Yeah, some racing kids will probably have something to differ, but
I don't have any of those. I just have two kids that just want to go ride motorcycles.
They want to do burnouts. Hey, you prefer master links that are rivet style or clip style? That's the question.
Forgot about that.
From Desert Adventures.
I'm really good at changing the flow of the show.
I personally have never had a master link fall off before. I mean, I assume a rivet one's definitely going to be tougher just because it's the pins are shorter on it. So if I was to, maybe I was going to Dakar or something like that, where that chain holding together is much more important than my average Sunday ride, I'd probably prefer a rivet. But for almost any other scenario, I don't mind a master link.
So if you're never ever going to have any problems at all, and to probably get closer to that, I would say rivet all day. That's the way they do it on most of the factory bikes that I've seen. That's just the most Santa way. You just have to have the right tools to do that right. That being said, if you do have some sort of weird chain problem failure and you don't have a master link, it becomes a lot more difficult to fix because you can't disconnect the chain. Like you said, you've never had it happen. I've had lots of master link clips fall off, but believe it or not, I've never had
the link come apart.
I've caught it. Somehow I've looked at it and noticed it, and it came off because usually I bent a chain guide and or the chain block was so worn, or I've worn master link clips down so feather thin, but they're still there, kind of doing their job. So I would say that the tip top way to do it is to do the rivets, but if properly maintained, and it's just something you check every once in a while, master link clip, you're going to be fine. I mean, you think about the thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there riding with Master Links and have not had a problem. It's not that I think you're focusing on something that's not that big of an issue.
That's what I'm saying. As far as the rivet goes, it's more of a convenience thing for me. If I have to take it off or anything like that, like I don't want to be dealing with a permanently made chain.
I think we have a question from Ethan Miller.
Whoa, man.
Yeah. Slow down.
Bad producing.
So are you?
Do I jump in?
Hold on. Let me cue you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
There's your cue.
Ethan Miller asks, "Hey, I have a CRF 450 RL, great bike. I'm trying to set the sag on Dirt Bike Test Review of the bike. You guys said 110 to 105 millimeter sag was the sweet spot. I have preload fully in, and the best I can get is 118 millimeters. I'm 170 pounds geared up. Any suggestions?"
I was first, so when he just started doing that, I just go, "You're fat." I mean, sorry, did I say that out loud? That's what I was going to say. But he just said he's 170 pounds, and I'm like, no way. Nice. So you're doing something wrong, Ethan. No,
something with the measuring. I would get. I don't understand. What fully preload or the preload fully in. I mean, is the collar at the end of the threads?
I hope that. Okay, Jason Abbott would know. Actually, Jason Abbott was in charge of that press center that we went to. Where it was so awesome because there was another guy there that thought he knew how to wheelie, but he wheelied into a pack of riders. It's on. It was the most viewed video from that intro. Oh. Yeah, he's what they call an influencer. He was an influencer.
Oh, I remember that. I remember talking about that.
At the intro we were at?
Yeah, I was getting in a car to go home because we were on the first wave of journalists and he was evidently on the second wave of journalists. Uh-huh. And this guy decided to check the power, like kind of on wet grass, leaving the semi-truck where they had all the bikes stored as he transitioned onto pavement. And he gave it a couple whiskey throttles while he was sitting kind of mid to back seat. You've seen this kind of person before.
Yeah.
Mid to back seat, pretty much out of balance. And he finally decided, and he was going to test the power and he kind of got it. And he fell back, couldn't let go of the throttle. It was right about the same time he kind of hit the pavement, so it grabbed a little bit extra traction while he was leaning, and the bike just shot into.
It did what 450s do best, and it
just
chug-a-lug-lugged its way right through a bunch of people.
Oh, it launched. It was horrifying. I thought we were going to go see broken legs and blood, and it would scare the crap out of me. But he was an influencer, so it's okay.
So I'm still confused. Which intro was this have?
Sierra 450L.
Oh, the L.
Honda Sierra 450L. It was in the trees. It was in Washington. Yeah. So Ethan, yes, the collar is all the way out of threads. Something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Johnny Campbell. He was saying.
I think it might be your tape measure.
Yeah. There we go. Johnny would know because something's wrong. So Ethan, let's talk about how you're measuring it, how you're getting your 110. So the best thing to do is to put the bike on the stand, let the suspension fully extend because. Hey, a lot of us that do this all the time, we just take it for granted and he may not know, and there's nothing wrong with this. So what you have to do is you have to find the how much the swing arm to a fixed point. So I usually use, let's just say we'll use the top of the axle as the measuring point, or the center of the axle if it's hollow, and I think that one is. You can put your tape measure there, and then I like to measure straight up from there. So make a straight line up to the fender and mark the fender. And then you're going to take that measurement, and that's your full extension. Then what you do is have somebody, and I like to do it with balancing myself, but everybody's a little bit different. If you can get somebody to balance you while you stand up on the foot pegs, and I'm worried about a lot of times having novice riders measure their own sag because they sit too far back on the seat. Mm-hmm. And so he didn't really say that he was that tall, because I've seen tall guys. Like I could see John sitting to test the sag and you could sit and your butt could almost be touching the rear fender.
Oh yeah.
And that would, but you're bigger. But even if you're a tall, lanky guy and you put your weight back there. So the idea is a lot of times they have the rider stand up on the foot peg, so all the weight's in the same spot every time. And so then you measure the distance. Then you get balanced. You make sure it's not bouncing up and down, and then you measure the distance down. So I guess, Ethan, I'm hoping that you're kind of close in your method for measuring was proper. I've seen people measure it like at a weird angle and then it never comes out right, but you kind of want to be sort of, perpendicular to the ground.
vertical as possible.
And there's plenty of videos, I think, on the internet to show how to do it. But I suspect
constantly measuring from
top
the
of the axle to mark 6 feet tall and have a friend help measuring. Wow. And is this bike all stock and you didn't buy it from somebody? Like somebody didn't do some super trick rad mods to it?
Lowering links and
Ethan,
Ethan,
feel free to call into the show to talk about this. 775-318-5515.
Right. Yeah.
And we can talk about this a little bit more on air.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Logan's anxiously awaiting to take your call.
Well, we can get that.
Although
we can get that figured out.
It sounds like he's in there wrangling kids.
Yeah, no, he sounds busy. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. They're probably watching, like, they watch Barney, the big purple dinosaur.
Oh, Barney's.
They watch cool stuff like motorcycles.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you should be in there watching motorcycle races.
I know we don't talk about racing on this show, but can we talk about how good the motocross race was this past weekend?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Motorcycle races?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. There's so many other shows that are way better than this where you can talk about racing all the time. But yeah, the racing has been
fantastic.
Yeah, it's been good overall.
I was also stalling to look up something.
Does count as or it's different?
Oh no, it counts. It's more just like filler. We should call counter is more catchy than filler words counter.
Filler.
So I put one in for
Dave
myself.
Black
there.
says he can't risk a $5,000 investment in getting to a rally going too cheap. Yeah,
that was our fuel pump question.
Yeah, glad to see I can save a little off of OEM and be okay. Yes. Thanks, Dave.
That is an already expensive sport. That's good.
Correct. Barney fell on hard times.
Did fall on hard times.
Yeah, I like you.
Oh, man,
you like me.
Barney, that's
going back there.
Yeah.
You guys don't know this, but Barney is actually my Husaberg 570, my unicorn, my black sheep.
Oh, didn't know that.
The KDX 200.
You had
it says Barney across the front of it.
Right. It is a purple dinosaur.
Purple tank.
Do you still have that?
Seat. Oh yeah.
Hey, I'm on some Facebook group. Speaking of that are like the KDX owners or something like that. I don't know how I got
gets you going.
I don't know how I get. Every once in a while, I see a nice cherry one, and I go, "Ooh, look at that!" And I know a guy who's selling a red. I know someone who's selling a red. Like I want to say it's an '84 KDX 200, the air cooled one. Oh. It was red. I don't know what they're worth. I don't know what they're going for, but it's a friend of mine, and I can probably put you in touch. But
I don't really need anything, but I'd love it.
Oh yeah, you got $1,000 laying around? I could probably make it happen.
Probably.
Okay, I'll let her know. I got it. It was here for a long time. Do you remember seeing it? It was here. I did the carburetor and stuff, and now it went back down to Arizona and sat for a couple of years. So probably need the same things done to it. But that's good times.
I do.
Hey Jimmy, what was that?
KDX.
Didn't you send me something about Christina's or something earlier today?
Oh, yes, I did. The Fat Cat.
Yeah, the fat tire.
Do you have a picture of that?
I actually have the link for it right here. Let me pull this up.
You need to put the picture up on the stream.
Show me a Fat Cat Christini if that wouldn't be the coolest bike to ever own.
Oh boy, here we go.
I couldn't imagine how much fun this thing would be.
I don't know. You guys have you really spent that much time on a fat tired 2-wheel vehicle?
Yeah.
My grandparents
like a TW200.
Okay, so you
my grandparents actually owned Honda Fat Cats. They really liked them.
Yeah, so there's Fat Cat, there's get that thing up in the picture.
I'm working on it
because John
you can't rush perfection.
Seen this thing.
John has not seen it before, so Matt's going to scroll it up here and put it up. So we are showing a picture. It's on all Christini's social media stuff. This is everything wrong about motorcycles, friends. I have to tell you.
No.
This is your opinion, and your opinion is wrong.
Yeah,
it's a fact that your opinion is wrong.
So take a Honda Sierra 450X, put an all-wheel drive kit on it, and then get big wide forks and a big wide swing arm, and put ATC tires on it.
So you know what? I've never ridden that bike. Is that an oil cooler next to the cylinders, or is that
that's the motor? That's the regulator rectifier. They're now fuel injected. Yeah,
I'm tracking.
So it is what it is. I like I like how they had to outbound the whole sprocket drive.
You absolutely love it, is what you're trying to say.
No,
but more importantly,
no.
Oh, come on. Okay, so as a big fan of a 125, I know you love your 125.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go with you there.
What does that thing do best? Makes you smile, right? It's fun. At some point, Jimmy, there's more to motorcycles than just how good they are. Sometimes they just have to be fun. And
I want to know what this thing is going to do better for me. Like what?
Nothing. It would go through the snow. I bet it goes through the snow. Good.
Okay, so I rode a fat, tired Christine all-wheel drive electric mountain bike. Did you ride it when we had it here?
No,
we had
I rode it.
Yeah, so it's amazing the traction that thing gets, where it'll go. You can ride it on snow, you can ride it on sand, like where everybody else is spinning and slipping. You pedal right up it. It's amazing, and especially with the electric. Now it doesn't have that pulse when you're pushing on it. It goes and all-wheel drive. If the rear wheel slips, the front wheel grips. That's the Christini slogan. So I could see where that bike could go some pretty amazing places. But having ridden fat two-wheeled vehicles, you kind of forget how wide your footprint is and how often you want a narrower footprint. Because
like
if
when you
that
want to
tire
squeeze through 2 rocks?
Well, just squeeze through 2 rocks. But even if you're riding on a trail and there's a rock sticking out and you want to miss it, it's easy to miss it on a normal tire. On that thing, you have to hit it, and it deflects or it turns really sharp on it. The tires, when you run low pressure, they hook up and they turn. And then the rear wheel does kind of the same thing. It kind of grabs traction. Like if you're spinning on sand, I guess you would learn how to ride it like anything. You would learn. But if you're spinning, and I guess that one won't spin that much because it's got so much tire service.
It's a 12-inch wide tire or whatever.
But if your back tire's spinning and all of a sudden the side of it kind of catches on a rock, it really hooks up.
Because it's got knobbies that roll all the way. Because that thing looked like it had some pretty aggressive.
Is Logan in there answering calls, or is he just fetching squirrels? He's being attacked.
Popo Moto. That's what I'm thinking. Right,
sand.
Right
That's
there.
something
Sand. Sand. Maybe not sand dunes, but think like Oregon sand dunes where you're riding down the beach. You've got water on one side, you got sand on the other side. It's a little, the sand's a little wet, and you're just cruising.
Or like
But you're a little novice rider. Maybe you're not so into the bike moving around a bunch in the sand, and that maybe that big fat thing just kind of motors through the sand, nice and chill.
It would float on the sand a lot better.
I bet that's a good question for Nate. Would Nate like that thing just cruising down the beach? Yeah, he doesn't do that. Never mind.
Yeah, he doesn't cruise.
I don't know.
So
he's got one throttle position.
There's an important question, Jimmy, I want to ask you, because you talked about how that front wheel is just going to grab rocks and it's just going to pull you into them, right? Would you say you need a heavy duty front rotor guard then on those bikes? Or would you still pass up on it?
Well, no. Now that bike, since the tire, it's low profile,
right?
It could throw it back up on the screen so everybody can see. If you
the rotor's already protected.
It's almost inside the wheel.
It's probably inside of the wheel. Yeah. So you don't need
it has its own guard.
Yeah.
Another reason not to hit it. But I tell you that is an issue on that with that thick of a tire. You don't have the ground clearance on your rotor or your rear sprocket. Mm-hmm. So it could be, depending on how far it can't be that far inbound, because I know that the tire can't touch the caliper's not fitting inside the rim. It would get good traction, that's for sure.
So regardless,
we should test one.
You may not think it.
You call Steve.
Awesome,
you know him. You've been out here when he's
cool.
been testing stuff before.
I don't think I've ever met him, actually.
I think you did. I think you were. Oh, maybe it was one of the other kids.
Might be one of the other kids, because I don't remember meeting him.
We were doing a whole bunch of ECU swaps on.
That was me. That was me, because I took the bike down to SEMA, or not SEMA.
Yeah, you took it to the SEMA show.
SEMA, yeah.
Yeah, you took it to the SEMA show. I know there was another kid that was here helping. That when we were doing programming the ECUs, and it might have been Brian. It could have been Brian.
I'm just thinking other kids who come.
It could have been Gabe too.
Yeah, Brian or Gabe or somebody. The other one.
Yeah, we were.
There was another one.
Lots of stuff. I see that. What's his name? Ethan didn't call in, right? Or Logan didn't answer the call.
I haven't seen anything change on our end over here. So
hey, I want to give a little quick shout out to my friends at Inside Line Moto down in Orange County. I ran into Tim at Jacob Boggybright's Dakar fundraiser. I hadn't seen him for a long time, and they say that I'm going to apologize right now. They listen to this show while they're working on bikes down there, and I promise you that they don't take any of the advice given out here when they repair your motorcycle. So
because they're probably already
because they're going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
No, they're really smart guys, and they've been doing it for a while, and they know what they're doing. But I always find it interesting when I hear people are listening and they say, "Hey, we enjoyed the show. Every once in a while we learn something, and it's kind of funny." And
that's good.
And
that's what we're looking for.
And Rusty Nails right there. He says endo. He says endo.
Oh, it's roosting for me, but that's just because it's going to be picking up so much sand and throwing it at you.
I think it's roosting.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing will not throw a roost.
Really?
Not with all-wheel drive.
Oh, is it not going to grab enough? It's not going to spin enough.
The minute that rear starts spinning, the front starts pulling, and they don't throw roost. That's what the whole thing about that all-wheel drive. It's pretty amazing. Hey, watch my video of the adventure bike all-wheel drive. It's got 3 million views. We need to do the follow-up to that. We started working on it, and then Matt broke all the bikes we were using.
I never got to ride that bike.
The all-wheel drive adventure bike?
Yeah, I looked at it for a long time in the garage. I wanted it.
That's a nice cherry. There is something to all-wheel drive. I know Steve's doing real well. They're selling lots of the all-wheel drive bicycles, the fat tire bicycles. They're still doing a lot of stuff with the military things. It's cool to see. I saw that and I'm like, here we go. he just did a hard left on Weird Avenue.
I know, but you gotta, as a guy who's trying to run a business, that's such an awesome pitch. I love that.
If you're gonna,
there's people out there that would totally want that. Whether you think it's practical,
it's almost like a Stark.
Did you guys talk about those?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a bit of a reoccurring rant.
Well, the thing is, he didn't post like crazy ass facts and figures. He just put a picture of this thing and he said they're for sale. And he'll sell a bunch of them.
So he will sell them. I might buy one.
You can find this on the internet. There's a guy that did that has a CR500 that's like that.
Really?
Yeah, he has an aluminum frame CR500 with those stupid tires on it.
Believe it or not,
nice.
About 15 years ago, I was going up to I was either going to St. George to ride or Mesquite for the motocross track.
Right.
And there was 3 of those brand new. They weren't all-wheel drive, but they were same thing. They had UTV tires.
They converted like real moto bikes into those things.
They had like these box steel swing arms on them with a extender on the input shaft, so the sprocket was way out. 15 years ago, I saw there were 3 of them sitting on a track. I remember stopping and talking to the guy.
And I had another friend show me that you can watch marbles race on Formula One tracks on YouTube, and there's thousands and thousands of viewers. So just no matter what, I don't care how weird you are, there's some place for you to go play.
It exists.
And you know what? There's something too, like if you're gonna be weird, go all in.
No,
like I'm here for it.
I love that bike. I think that's a fantastic idea.
Like
someone wants it.
I'm gonna get Steve to call in and defend himself.
No, good for Steve. I think it's awesome for him. I think he's gonna sell a bunch of them, or at least enough of them to have fun with it.
And they made one, and that's enough.
You're gonna see him out there. And one day you're gonna bump into a guy, and he's gonna be like, I got one of those. I got a Christini fat tire, and I love it.
I promise you, I would like to try it. I'd literally just like to try it for a little while, and maybe I don't know. I might be wrong about the Stark. Maybe I like an 80 horsepower electric motorcycle that charges up in 1 hour and runs for 6. Maybe I like this.
No shot,
but I don't know. Yeah. So it's about time for us to take a little bit of a break.
Yep.
You can go in and spank your kids. See if that quiets them down a little bit.
Can you hear them over there?
I don't know.
I can't hear them.
Okay, good.
I can hear them a little bit.
It's
pandemonium going on.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Bob hasn't fallen asleep yet. That's how disturbing it is to the outside world.
Wow. They don't listen to me, so it doesn't really matter much.
Oh, yeah. Well, as long as it's not guns
like
or
kids.
any other stuff inside of there. So, okay, Todd Kelly just sold his Christini, which is really good. So with that, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll see you guys on the other side, and we'll come back and have a Rooster Endo. Maybe throw that Christini in there just for fun.
All right.
See you in a little bit. Have you ever seen any one of my bikes? They all have flex handlebars on them. What are those, Jimmy? Well, Fasst Company, that's www.fastco.com, makes the flex handlebar, and it's essentially suspension built into your handlebars. They make bad forks good. They absorb impacts like you wouldn't believe, and they're really tough. And I've been running them for over 20 years, and I don't think I've ever bent a set. And if I have, I forgot about it. It was a long time ago. So these are American-made products, and until you run them, you won't realize how good they are. The reason this works is the flex handlebar is stiff laterally through the steering path, but allows it to be forgiving from the load path without sacrificing control or input. This means it basically dampens the forces that you don't want, and it doesn't affect the forces you do want. So it steers properly and takes the pain out of your wrists. So if you're looking for good feel in your handlebars without suffering from catastrophic impacts or complaining that your forks are too harsh, the flex handlebar is the solution. They make other products like the spoke torque wrench, impact pegs, really trick brake clevis and brake spring kits, and clicker adjusters. So if you're looking to get some of this stuff, check out www.fasstco.com. That's spelled FASSTCO.com. Remember, 2 S's in fast.
What's up, Moto Buddies? Mike here from Taco Moto Co. What is the Taco Touch? It's the best service in the industry. Virtually 24/7 tech support via email or text. And it's like having a dirt bike doctor on call every day of the year, helping you fix your bike or recommend parts or setups for you. If you've ever received an order from us, you know that the Taco Touch extends to our fulfillment, and our orders come with the coolest stickers that you've ever had, buying parts from anybody before, and a handful of root beer barrel candies. All of our Taco Moto Co. branded components come with a no questions asked lifetime warranty, and we'll even extend out the warranty of other manufacturers, OEM, and aftermarket parts where we can, sometimes for life. We test and tune endlessly and exhaustively and obsessively. We're trying to destroy everything that we can before you get your hands on it, to look for weaknesses and to improve it, or to make recommendations to the manufacturer. And if it's something that doesn't meet grade, then we don't offer it on the store. Everything that we carry is something that we have personally used, tested, and ridden and raced, and knows meets the high Taco Touch demanding standard. Go out and get some adventure.
Since 2009, Seat Concepts has been dedicated to making the best aftermarket seats. More comfort, more grip, more riding. For 10 years, we've continued to raise the bar. Innovation and American craftsmanship make Seat Concepts the world-leading manufacturer of power sports seats.
And we're back.
Oh, live.
Hey, support our sponsors. The sponsors, you may think you're getting this show for free, but you're not. You have to, look at the sponsors. But if you're trying to learn about motorcycle and motorcycle-related products, those companies make some good stuff. And
so before we get into this, Bruce, because we're waiting on Matt anyways. So I told you I went to Taco Moto first time.
Right.
Was browsing through there. Hey, it's kind of cool. They got a lot of like open box stuff that is like super good deals.
Right.
Like deals that like you don't need them, but you should buy them anyways because they're super. Like I bought like 3 or 4 things that I was like, I don't need this, but for half off, I'll throw it in my cabinet.
Oh.
But so it was under their lighting section, and they have a headlight for my bike. And I cannot remember the name of it to save my life. But so they had like the Baja Design Squadrons and the Pros and stuff like that.
Yes.
In the Moto minded bezels.
Right.
Which are,
super
nice.
trick. Yeah. Really nice.
And then they had a Cherubies one, this square one.
That's a good headlight.
Up here.
That's for the price.
That's
a really good headlight.
So that's crazy. But so, and then they had a third one, which was this round, almost Cyclops style headlight in a Moto-minded bezel.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what that is?
I think it.
I can't remember it had kind of an off-brand sounding name, but it wasn't really
sure. It wasn't Cyclops.
It could have maybe well.
Yeah, because Cyclops makes lights, and I know because Baja Designs was having a lot of back order and supply chain issues, tons of them. And so I know Moto Minded actually went and sourced out some other different things. I caught it.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm like, wait a minute.
But yeah, it's
so I think they made some for some different brands as well, so they would have them. So that might be what it is. And once you get into the LEDs, it's kind of like power because the reflectors and stuff are so kind of such a small part of it. Back in the old days when I was racing Baja, and we're talking back when our wheels were made of stone and stuff, John.
You guys using halogens.
Yeah, we were using halogens, and then I was like an early adapter of these crazy ass HID lights, but I would never go double HID because every once in a while you could jar the bike and it would cause a voltage spike or whatever, and they would shut off. And I never wanted my lights to shut off. At least a halogen, if you stalled the bike, it was like welding, and it would take a little while. You would know. You would know. Hey, I'm losing my lights. I need to pick up a getaway. Yeah. Where it's like. with the HID, it just stopped. So, but it's so critical where you put that filament and everything like that. And now with the LEDs getting so much smaller, it's probably even more critical. But it's to the point where it's kind of like they're so powerful and stuff. It's almost less critical because they're just. It seems like I guess I could equate it to music or something or sound, which I don't really know a whole lot about. But it's like the LED is just cranked to 11 and just blaring, and it's just making noise. It's not like some kind of classic rock thing where you're listening to all the different notes and it's special. It's just I still to this day have not ridden a better setup than we had a Super Oscar with a halogen bulb in it, and we had an HID, and then later on we actually switched to an LED in this setup and spent a lot of time positioning. We're talking about shimming it, a half a millimeter to get the pattern right. And then for a while there, we were using the halogen to shoot the pencil and the LED as a spread, and then we figured out the LED was better at it, so we switched them over. But it's crazy when you get into the light. But now it's just like most of the time, you're just
so much more of it.
You're spread out. You go to these night races, and like now District 37's catching on to what Moran's been doing forever, having these night races. And
night races are fun.
Yeah,
those are some really, especially here in Southern Nevada where it's 110 today.
Yeah, it's fun. But that's when I'm glad. Did you buy this light?
No, it's out of order.
It's on back order.
No, they're supposed to email me when it's back, but I'm going to buy it.
Because we can go riding at night. It's so fun to ride here at night at 10 o'clock at night when you're in your vented gear and it's 85 degrees out. It's sweet, as Logan would say.
Oh, this seems like a really good time. Where would you buy vented gear, Jimmy?
Climb. Yeah. I've been wearing the Climb Mojave stuff. And then I have the XC Light, which is even lighter because you don't even feel like you're wearing gear. But I like to do this thing called I've Got You in My Pocket.
Yeah.
I'll do one at night, and the best thing is the whole damn video will be black. I'll be talking, and you can't even see my face.
Yeah.
And it'll just be black, and then I'll put this zip, and then I'll go rip on whatever bike I'm riding. Should have done it on the Husaberg last night.
Should have.
Yeah, that thing.
But I do have a Baja Designs Squadron on my 450. Which I love.
You can still ride that bike. You don't have to ride your Husky Rockstar Factory Edition TPI.
Super whammy thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Which it has it does the same thing. It kind of spots out, or it floods out, and then it spots at the end. So it gives you like good coverage right where you need to be looking, and then it also gives you that kind of way far drawn out distance for.
And I'll tell you, that's the one thing about the Baja Designs lights, and I know especially when Alan was there, he was as bad as I was about just like really concentrating on the patterns and the shapes of the lights, and then like go one level more, like when Moto Minded gets them, they'll like pair a couple of different lights.
Yeah, I see they have ones with all kinds
weren't
of stuff.
Necessarily supposed to be paired, but it's like, hey, we can get a really good spot out of this one, and we can get a flood out of this one. And if you want to go down a rabbit hole, there's people that will do that for all different kinds. So there's Moto Minded's on the thing. Agree.
Yeah, they said it was the Ruby Moto R7.
Ruby Moto R7. There we go. Right there. I looked at that for 1 second on Taco Moto.
It's so cool that people in our chat kind of pipe in and give us the answers that I don't know the answers to. Yeah. So this Tech Talk Taco Tuesday, this is the show where I pretend to know the answers, but I'll get you the real answers with the help of all the friends in the industry. But good stuff. Glad to see Moto Minded is paying attention. Hey, they'll have them in 2 weeks. They hope.
I will hands down order one in a heartbeat.
John can't ride for another 6 months probably. He's going to wait till it rains even more.
Yeah.
Dude, so it rained today, but not here.
It poured at my house 10 minutes north.
And you're 10 minutes away. Yeah. It poured at your house, Bob. Yeah, well, you live in a floodplain and you always have a black cloud above you, so that should be expected. Does anybody know if it rained in the sand dunes? Just right over here. That's the big question.
Because really matters.
I will get up early in the morning for that. I'll get up real early before the sun comes out and bakes it.
But yeah, so that Ruby Moto R7 right there. The reason I was looking at it was, like I said, I already have. I think it's Squadron Pro. It's not the big giant one, but it's like the more powerful mid-sized one.
So it's the Squadron series, and there's the Squadron Pro, and then there's the XL.
Yeah, it's not the XL.
Not the XL.
Squadron Pro. So which I have it and I love it,
But I mean, if I'm going to buy something, I might as well try something different. And we've run those Cherubies ones before, so I saw that and went, hey, it's in a good price point there where, I'm more than comfortable giving it a shot. And
yeah, test it out. Let us know. We'll test it.
I'd like to see it.
We'll test it. We'll go do a head to head because I've got like 3 or 4 different versions of, like the 300 that I bought had the stacked
the little two LED Baja Designs ones.
So those are called, again, I forgot the name, but
half of a squadron.
Yeah, the half of the squadrons are stacked on top of each other.
Dualdron.
Seems like it worked pretty good. Hey, Mark Daniels, I don't care what Facebook says, you're my top fan. What did he say to get his top fan back? Did he say something?
He had also, so he was in the Facebook chat.
He found it.
Well, Moto might have put it in the YouTube. He put it in Facebook. So I don't think Mark know that.
Okay,
Moto might have put it in.
You get top fan back, Mark, because you're the one that invented the 5T, the Tech Talk Taco Tuesday and tequila. Which, speaking of that, before we get into the next phase of the show, I like to pull this up here and have a little something.
I can just show it off, huh?
Well, I'm not showing it off. I'm going to have a little sip. Matt's probably salivating over there.
I might pass because I have work to do after this.
Oh, that's right. I make him edit a video.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, and alcohol just makes me want to go to sleep these days.
There isn't much left. Poor George. So we're going to have a little bit of this on the show. So if you're wondering what we're doing, I've just opened up the sarcophagus that carries the Clase Azul Ultra Anejo. This sets the chat room on fire. John, can you just pour me just a tad sarcophagus? Yeah.
I will say I am
Is this dead? I hope so. I don't want to be drinking anything that's live. Be careful. Be careful pouring this because it has a funny shape and it spills. That's plenty. Yeah. You're gonna have to have a sip. Yeah, you should actually have a sip. That stuff's really good.
It's so good.
Like this is not your mixing tequila, by the way. George would like to tell you this is and here's the other thing about this. If you don't know this about the Clase Azuls, yeah, that's the sound of the bell. Yeah, that's what it's shaped like.
Did someone say 570?
No, it's the Husaberg 570s of tequila. It's like that little snap of that stuff. Buddy. Okay.
The counter's been going up a lot since the.
Oh Lord,
14.
Well, it was only 5 at break, or 5 or 6, and then came back from break. It's been going up.
I got to talking about that headlight, and I ummed it up, didn't I?
You ummed it up.
I wasn't confident about it. So
was it a lot? It was a lot of ums on his part, not mine.
70-30.
Who was keeping track?
I am.
Oh.
Then why did it just jump from 3 to 14?
It jumped up from 5 to 14, and there's been that many since we've come back from break.
Where's your notes?
Right here.
How do you? So you're making marks or
tally
something?
marks?
Not really. That's my tally marks right there. This is I update this live.
I think he made it up. But
yeah, I know he made it up.
I didn't make it up.
Well, that is fantastic.
Like if you want to spend $2,800 on a bottle of tequila, I mean, you work a lot, you got a little extra money laying around. You can buy that bottle of tequila for probably $2,800 these days, and I'd have no problem helping you have a sip or two.
Think about how many of those rubies I could buy though. Motorcycle parts.
Oh yeah, I'm lucky. I
don't ride that often these days, but I still love motorcycles more than most things.
I do too. That's why friends buy me tequila and then they want to go riding with me.
Good for them.
Yeah. So S2. What's the S? Oh, that's the other Baja Designs light is the S2.
Oh, that's the small stack.
Small one. And I haven't ridden with that much. I've used it to get back in. I haven't actually gone night riding with it just yet to give it a full honest evaluation.
Do you have one of those stacked on top of a squadron? Is that what's going on?
No, there's just 2 of those stacked together. Of those? Yeah, and I think they have different flood. They have different. They might have different lens covers. I haven't done a whole lot of research on that light. That bike's really kind of been a daytime bike so far. So
we should do some nighttime bikes.
If you're on our chat, and here's the interesting thing about, remember, Matt, remember when we didn't have an counter and you actually put the chat up there so people could see what we're talking about?
I guess I'll put the chat up there. That's pretty easy to put up there. I thought we wanted it down though so we could see the pretty painting.
Well, good. We're done seeing Ryan Hanna's awesome rendition of former washed up motorcycle racers with the exception of Ricky Brabeck.
I thought Ricky was there.
Ricky is there. But it's myself, Chris Blaze, Daniel Laporte, and Ricky Brabeck. And nice. Ricky's still racing. The rest of us are all washed up. motorcycle racers.
I think I made this joke before, but I'll make it again. Since Dungy's back, when are we going to see Jimmy return to Dakar?
I'm waiting like it would have been 20 years this year. It literally would have been.
Okay, but think about it. There's 12
20 years.
There's 12 rounds of motocross per year and only one Dakar per year. So like there's some ratio here that we got to come up with.
Dakar has 12 stages, right? So it's like doing 12.
Think about how much rest you can get in between those, though.
Yeah.
Well, they hardly race anymore. They do these liaison. Their stages are really short. It's not like the old days when you raced. You got up and you woke up, you put your boots on, and you raced from the moment you woke up until you finished, which was like
back when men were few, huh?
Well, it was like every day was 127 degrees. It was always uphill. You had to ride a twin cylinder bike, like a little piddly single cylinder bike that was only 700 cc's, would barely even compete. And now they're riding like little girls' bikes. They're like 450s.
It's essentially a kid's bike.
I rode one of those rally bikes, and it's funny because they're really bitching. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Rally bike, and it's really slow now. So. That's I'm not lying.
If only there was a bigger single cylinder motor they could put in there with a 70-degree head.
Oh, wouldn't that be a good bike?
There's some videos.
If I ever wanted, you know what? When they first dropped the Husaberg 70-degree motor and where the airbox was and all the stuff, I knew right away that would be the best rally bike possible because it already had the air filter where it needed to be. You could stack the tanks on the side. It already had a subframe that was a tank. It's like if you look at a factory Honda rally bike these days, other than the fact that the engine isn't angled that way, that's a Husaberg.
Does the Berg, like obviously I know that the cylinder's laid down, but does it have an off-center crank kind of like the Yamahas do?
That is really good. Off-center crank, meaning it's not in the center of the cylinder, it's out of line.
So, and I could be wrong on this. It's been some years, but I remember Yamaha, one of their big things was when they went to the backwards motor, was that they could, so at top dead center, the
crank is at an angle.
It's already starting to roll down into the next rotation.
I do not believe that the Husaberg does this. I never really checked it, and it's kind of funny because there's like little things like that sometimes manufacturers don't like to just give away because it's like, okay, this is, and so what that does is it reduces compression braking, it changes kind of the power delivery characteristic. There's a lot of little things that does, and yeah, so I think a lot of the manufacturers have moved out of a 0 degree center. Yeah. Well, it's still top dead center. It's just that the crank is positioned out of line, and this is they've been doing this kind of stuff forever. So you kind of can find these different angles that you can put the crank in. It provides a better power delivery. Or I know on the 4-strokes, the one thing they were really looking for was less compression braking. They wanted them to roll into turns better. And so when you come off the throttle, the bike doesn't throw a lot of weight onto the front wheel. And especially if you watch the way that they talk about roll speed and corner speed that these guys have now, they're tuning the bikes to do this. And whether they tune it with the engine configuration and or they can do it with ECU. We used to simply when I went to 2-strokes to 4-strokes, and this is back in 1986, I was racing both, but I was concentrating on my 4-stroke riding because I knew it was the future. Don't know how I knew this. I turned the idle up on my 4-stroke and it got rid of the compression braking. So I'd start my bike up and it'd idle high.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah. So, and that's all you have to do. Like, people talk about like, tuning their recluse clutch. Half of it is
tuning it up a little bit.
Tuning it up. So,
we got a question about a helmet LED. Do you guys like the Torch helmet LED by Moto Minded?
Greg, I have not used one of those, but you're going to get Chris Vestal will probably reply back to you.
I've never used the Torch one, but I did in the past. I used the Task Racing ones, which are, I'm sure, probably close to the same thing.
Another company.
Single LED stuck to the helmet type thing. But where they were really cool was I actually raced my KDX with a
stock headlight
halogen bulb and 2 of those on my helmet, and it was more than enough to go as fast as that thing would possibly go anyways. But it was where it was cool was it went where you looked.
You know, even the best headlight stuck to your handlebars doesn't do with that.
On the early days of riding mountain bikes, we used to do a lot of night rides because everybody worked and we go on these, Thursday night mountain bike rides. We all had different lights and everything. Everybody was mounting their lights on their bikes, and I was always mounting it on my helmets because for the same reason, especially on switchbacks, especially on a bicycle.
Oh, it does exactly what you want it to do.
Wherever you look, you have light. So I think that's a pretty good thing. The only disadvantage I've seen with helmet lights on motorcycles is that when your light's up high and it's lighting the dust up that's in front of you, as opposed to being down a little bit lower, and then the dust that's between your light and you doesn't get illuminated.
It's like running your high beams on in the snow. It kind of blinds you.
Right, the dust in front of you. So that's the only disadvantage I've seen from doing helmet lights. But I mean, if you're looking for an inexpensive way to go and you're not really, the battery life is crazy now compared to what it used to be, and all this stuff. We used to, with helmet lights, like on Baja, a lot of times guys are running helmet lights, and we just never did because we always felt if you're relying on a helmet light, you're not going fast enough, and you don't know where you're going if you have to look around. Yeah. So this was.
I wouldn't replace a motorcycle light with a helmet light, but I do think if you're, especially if you're on a budget or something like that, and a $500 Baja Design Squadron's out of your price range, and you can pick up a helmet light, and say like even if you're on like a stock EXC KTM or something like that, you can run a stock headlight on your helmet light.
You could use it on your motorcycle. You could use it on your mountain bike. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of versatility. You can use it underneath your car when you're underneath your car works on something.
No, I'd love them actually, but.
Okay, that's it. We're getting the torch review kit coming to Dirt Bike Test. We'll figure out where that's at.
Heather Lewis.
You know her?
I met her once or twice.
She got a new knee.
Oh, good for her.
She got a full replacement knee. Yeah.
Awesome. But she's got probably the best advice I've seen all night, on or off.
Don't ride in the dust. That's right.
Don't ride in the dust.
She wouldn't call into the show. She's going to tell her husband how to ride. Any word on how Ricky Brabeck is doing after his bicycle accident? Well, his bike's fucked up.
Oh, I saw a picture of it.
He's doing good. He's healing up.
That's why you don't run carbon fiber wheels. They just fall apart.
Well, I guess the worst part is when you're flying through the air after you've been hit from behind and you hear your carbon fiber wheels crunching. It's like you're a professional at like slowing everything down when shit hits the fan. Yeah, he was describing the sound of his whole carbon fiber bicycle being crunched as he's being punted across an intersection. So yeah, he's doing good. He's healing up. He's about ready to get back on the bike. So they've got a lot of testing and training coming up. It's kind of, when you think about it, their whole season revolves around Dakar and everything that those guys do. And it's like, the Tour de France just ended. That's that bicycle race. You ever heard about it?
That looks
unfamiliar.
Worse than Dakar.
So like the Dakar is the same thing, except they do it with like motorcycles and cars and trucks. And it's like, how many other bicycle races can you name?
I thought that was it.
Right,
Rampage.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was the one.
Yeah, so it's the same thing with the motorcycle rally thing. Everybody's kind of focusing on that. We got a trivia question.
Participate in the Dakar rally.
So you want to run that one there? What does Kyle want to know?
Ooh, Kyle wants to know. Trivia question, Jimmy. To your knowledge, what is the most Americans, ballpark number, to participate in a Dakar rally on any year in history?
I would say it would be last year. I would guess it would be last year, and there was a few times in South America, or I think they were up to, I want to say 6. I'm guessing 6, but not like this year. No, this year there's going to be a lot. There's a lot of guys that are going. There's a lot of guys that are entering into Moto. There's a few guys that are kind of going on their own thing, and then we have a few guys that are high level riders, factory riders and stuff. So it's going to be good. And we're back to our lights. Best with a wide pattern on a bike helmet light is the focus light.
You know where that torch light would work really, really good?
Where's that?
Is on a fat tire Christini.
Well, yeah, the wide pattern, because you're not going to be going very fast in that thing. Can you imagine the head shake you could possibly get on that bike? Actually,
I think you're trying to look at it like it's a race bike.
no, okay.
Think of it like a CRF 230.
And here's the reason. Here's the reason. The Christini, just like the system in general, like works as a steering damper.
I'm not letting this thing down. I like that bike.
Okay.
But no, I know what you're talking about.
I will take my Honda CRF 250X Christini, and you can get that thing.
I'm cool with it. I'll ride it. I will ride it.
Okay. You know what? I'll bet you Steve would love to show that at SEMA this year. It's coming up.
I think he should send it out here. We should ride it.
For a dirt bike test, we should get one.
We should get it. And I know that he needs to get it out here and have it stored someplace, and then somebody needs to take it to SEMA. And we know some people that are in and out of Vegas. Shit, we could probably put Taco Mike, have it display it in his showroom or something like that. Does he have a showroom?
I displayed it.
Working on it. You should see his new place is pretty nice.
I saw a picture of it. It looked like a Taco Bell.
Cannot confirm or deny.
Yeah, I'll take pictures of it and ride it.
Okay, we'll take pictures of you. I'll put them on my Grindr account.
It might be one of the few motorcycles I don't make with tiny.
I didn't get an out of that, did I?
Yes, you did.
Just a deep. So
it's not true.
We're gonna get to our Taco Motos segment of tonight. This is Taco Motos Rooster Endo. This is the segment of the show where you send us a picture of your bike, make, model, year, and then tell us a little bit about your bike. And then we don't really judge, except that's exactly what we do, John.
Oh, I'm here. I'm ready.
I can tell. Fired up and ready. So we tell you what we think of your bike, what you are competing for, and it has nothing to do with where you end up raking on our Rooster Endo board, which is kind of like a yes or no, but based on where we put it on the scale, you can decide. George has a 3-wheel ATV down on this end, and of course, at the other end, and you can start ringing the bell right now, is Jimmy's personal Husaberg 570. The most powerful single-cylinder motorcycle with the most incredible power delivery known to man. It's created more hoop-de-doos in the desert around me, not from digging trenches, but by rippling the earth.
Yes.
Yeah. See, Matt knows this.
You've
ridden behind me.
I've ridden it before.
Well, I know you've ridden it, but the best part is you had to ride behind me, and I was riding down a virgin sand wash, and you were just hammering hoops because it rippled the earth. It's like an accordion. It accordioned the earth. It was stretching it from underneath the rear wheel and combining it and compressing it from behind.
Almost the funnest part about it is when you're 2 or 3 corners back because you can't run with a berg and a virgin wash, and you're still getting hit by sand.
Rocks are falling from the outer atmosphere.
I had the goon visor by the time we were done with it because my visor had smashed down on top of my goggles.
I know where this was. I remember this particular section of trail.
Rumor has it the real reason they stopped making the 570 is because it was altering the Earth's rotation too much.
Yeah, I was riding a lot, and they said they had to, they said you have to ride a certain amount of distance this way and a certain amount that way. And I didn't want to upset the alignment of the poles because I knew that was bad, but I was going like kind of more north and south.
You're speeding it up.
It was kind of altering time, if you know what I mean.
Boy, I know.
Yeah, like the old Superman movie.
It's funny as much as you talk about your berg and truly do love it like a child. It's so hard to not agree with you because it is a crazy motor. It's suspension wise, whatever.
Yeah, suspension handling. We'll just throw that. And hey, have you ever worked on one?
Instant endo.
I bought one from Mojave Bob over there, who literally, we know he's going to die at any moment, but he just began dying when he thought about working on a Husaberg.
I've put the suppressor, or that suppressor. I've put the head pipe on it before. And that was like enough for me because it
wanders its way through the frame around the gas tank and around the other gas tank and down below the shocker reservoir.
Yeah, I remember working on that one time and I was like, I don't know, I give up here. You got any like mooses you want me to change? Like I'd rather do that.
Yeah, okay. Rooster Endo brought to you by Taco Moto. So you're going against a 3-wheeler for an endo or a Husaberg for a roost, and we're not going to start there, are we?
No, I just pull up the folder.
So you know how this works, right, John?
I don't know, but I think I got to read some.
Okay, yeah, you have to read because I'm going to start drinking. All you have to do is say the name, hand me the picture so I can analyze it further, and then Matt's going to put it up on the screen.
Okay,
so everybody can see. And then we start describing the bike. So hand me the picture. There we go. Okay, I kind of know what I'm looking at.
We've got Larry Geiger's
2018 500 EXCF.
Okay, and what did Larry do to his bike?
Well, my production guy actually didn't give me any information on this bike, but right off the rip, we can see it's got one of them seats on it.
Oh, that's a good eye. So Larry didn't follow the rules very well because he didn't tell us what was on his bike. But you know what we do, John? Just like you just did, we can. I call it a gear check.
You just got to send a guess in there, yeah.
It's kind of like what bicycle riders do, especially road bike guys. Have you ever been on you've probably never been on a road bicycle ride? I go with some of my friends.
Informal one, it was miserable.
No, like road bicycles, like pedal bikes, like pushy bikes.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. Like
you know what's horrible about it is like those people are so disrespectful because you pull up, and I mean not that I'm any better, but you pull up and like you think they're gonna look at you and maybe shake your hand or something like that. No, they do a gear check on your bike. They look down and they see what you're riding. They look at the wheels and they look at the cassette and they look at the cranks and they look at the bar.
I showed up for a road bike
and
ride
then they acknowledge you
on a 1977 Moto cane with the top tube shifters, friction shifters.
Oh wow!
With mountain bike shorts and a brimmed helmet.
Oh, so you had people do a kind of a different kind of gear check on you.
Yes.
I know what you mean. I've been there because I did the same thing, except I didn't have that kind of a cool. A friend of mine worked at Giant, and he got me an OK road bike. So I said, I'm going to go on a road bike ride. I know a guy that goes on road bike rides. So I showed up, and I had like kind of baggy, floppy pants, and mountain bike pedals because they had the clips on there. And I went ahead and put I did have some of the. They didn't have the cage around them, but I just had like clip pedals.
Oh, the toe cage, the Biden toe cage?
No toe cages. They still had clips, but like I was wearing mountain bike shoes, and I mean. Literally, like people wouldn't stand within 10 feet of me because they thought I might have infected them with whatever.
Rub off on them. I get it.
So Larry, is this Larry?
This is Larry. Buddy.
Larry has, unfortunately, it looks like he has stock tires on there right now. Which
those Dunlop.
That scares me. And the only reason his bike is off the side of the road is because he lost traction and ended up there, and he decided, hey, now'd be a really good time to take a picture of my bike because even though I'm too lazy to type in the specifics. Jimmy and John will figure out that I have a seat concept seat. He probably has some of Chirby's handguards. It looks like it might have an aluminum skid plate on it. Matt, can we get that blown up for me?
Yeah, we can enhance it.
It could be an Enduro Engineering skid plate. You also have it, by the way, double take mirror. Yeah, double take mirror. Check that out because that's a really nice mirror. So he's obviously got some good stuff on there, but he didn't want to tell us about it. He's trying to keep it secret.
Enhance.
You know what he doesn't have on that I see? That's
what's that?
That I know that a lot of people like.
No, I think it's a stock skid plate. Oh no, it is aluminum.
Yeah, there's
in reference to our good buddy Cooper, can't be here. He's got the titty tail on it.
Oh, yep,
the titty tail. Yeah, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have the titty tail. He needs a titty tail. Well, it's called a tidy tail. You can get it at tacomoto.co.
Oh, we're talking about that fender thing.
The fender thing, yeah.
Those got to go.
It's called a titty tail. Yeah, if Cooper says it.
But if he, luckily for Larry, if he does put any other tire in the world on that thing, he'll get rid of that fender pretty quickly anyway.
Okay, Mark and I are in agreement. Those look more like OEM handguards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're not white, though.
They are white.
Those are OEM.
OEMs are white?
But so...
they're orange.
I don't want to bag on Larry's bike. It's an EXC 500.
He has a Promoto billet end cap on the muffler, too. He's hiding info from us.
If there was ever a bike that you can show up on pretty stock minus the tires.
Hey, you want to know what else he has on it that I'm seeing? What? You know that fuel filter we talked about?
Oh, look at that. Look at the shiny one right there.
Look at that. Larry, you thought you could slide all this stuff right by. You know what you need, though, Larry? You need a Trail Tech kickstand.
I'm telling you.
Because that thing's got some lean to it.
Oh, yeah, the bolt's already bent.
Yeah. If I'm just going to go with this right now because the word E, which kind of goes to endo, is
the word E,
the letter E, and the word E endo, and effort. E is for effort. There was very little effort.
Yep.
And so this goes right to the. I'm going endo.
Okay. I honestly, I think it's a 5 because it is a 500, and if you're ever going to get away with a bike in a bone stock configuration, a 500 is a good spot to start. As far as like general dual sporting type stuff,
he could have an ECU underneath this seat and with that end cap, and you see this thing could be a ripper.
That's what I'm saying. Not with those tires, it's not.
Well,
that thing's going nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
So because of the tires, it goes on the right hand side.
Right on. Yeah. Trust in dirt bike test and Tech Talk Taco Tuesday. Yeah. Okay.
Because even if he's got, like good protection, we got some seat on it, nice comfy seat. We thought ahead with a little fuel filter action.
Hey, I'm the first guy to like a stock bike. You know this.
Yeah, the tires.
I'm the first, but the tires. No, there's certain things that they really screw up with on stock. So who's our next guy?
I don't have a thing here. Yeah, we got Cody Ryan's a 22 FE 501.
Matt already jacked everything up because he blew the pictures up so big.
Yeah,
you're gonna hurt.
OBS isn't behaving like I'm used to. I'm wondering if there's an update I missed or something.
Yeah.
All right. What do we got here? We got some golden tires on that bad boy. That's a good start in the right direction. Unfortunately, though, that's a fatty front tire, isn't it?
You can see it from here. That's a super fatty.
That's a super fatty. Hey, keep it going that way. But.
No. Some people like these.
Some people are wrong.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So you're going to complain about this guy for increasing his tire size by maybe 10 millimeters. And then you can look at that Christini that has a tire that's triple to quadruple ties.
The thing. There's other things in life that you can compare this to, but I don't think they're rated enough PG for this particular program. There is you can't bump it up one size, right?
Oh, you have to go 10.
You either go to 10 or you leave it where it's supposed to be.
It can't be a little girthy. It's got to be really girthy.
Whoa, geez, man.
What? Talk about the tires.
Where I land with those fatty front tires is they amplify poor riding massively. When you're talking about anything that has rut or deep trench, like anything that's got a wall on it.
Yeah.
If you're bouncing into that with a super fatty, because
I'm not going to argue with you.
The reason you're going with a fatty tire is because you want front tire traction on hard pack stuff is usually what people go towards it for.
Okay. So
I'm just going off of what
I think they go to it because it's a trend on the internet.
Probably also that, but
but that's the number one because they reached out on a Facebook group. And some guy from Walla Walla, Kazula, Holla said these things are awesome, and then a few other guys, and you don't know who that guy is, but he said they're awesome, and it's like okay, but the best thing is you actually bought it and tried it, and then you make your own decision, and hopefully,
hopefully you got the insight to make your own decision.
Hopefully you make your own decision, and then you come back and provide some additional information to that post, or create another post that says, hey,
that's not how the internet works, Jimmy.
Larry told me to get this tire, and I got it, and I tried it. I didn't totally agree with them, and here's why. And you're not banging on Larry for telling you to get that tire, or Bob, or Dick, or Harry, or any of those guys. But you got the girthy front tire, and it did or didn't work for you. I know that there's certain situations where those things work really good. I know there's a lot of old dudes that I know that actually lace down to a 19-inch and put 19-inch fat rear tires on their front. So can we just, and you like that Christini, which had a really fat tire.
It's different. I'm telling you, it's different.
Can we just agree to disagree on this?
Nope.
No. Okay, good.
No, I draw my line now. Like I'm saying,
you drew a line in the sand?
You either go extreme.
You can't even find a line in the sand with your big fat tire.
No shot.
This one can kind of hook up on a line. I mean, it has some hope.
Like I said,
it's not going to float over the line.
The problem is when you get a tire that's just a little bit fat. No, I'm not running with it. Anyways,
okay, back to the bike.
Let's carry on. We got a Yermosi.
Okay, so right now, we haven't even got into this. Where does this bike sit?
The tire drives me nuts.
Okay, good. Okay, so it's endoing for you.
We'll get there. Anyways, we've got a 720 bar clamp, soft bar clamp. I'm assuming it's one of those rubber bar clamps, center bar clamps.
Umosi? 720 bar clamp, soft?
I can't see it in the photo, but I'm guessing it's one of those
Mako?
wraparound.
Is it the Mako bar clamp or is it a different one? Wow, I can kind of see it up there. He's got a busy handlebar setup for sure.
Yeah, which I haven't run one of those, but I'm a big fan of anything that makes the handlebars squishy. So.
No, you aren't.
Well, not squishy in the sense of left and right, but
like I like flex bars. And because I don't lose any of the precision, like the turning precision and stuff, it's not like the bars start wandering in the clamps. but I personally take some issue with some of the other ones that allow it to
I've never run any that have like the 360 degree movement to them. Because like flex bars, you get very little front to back.
We need to do like a bar clamp. We should set up a bar clamp comparison. Yeah. Like we should get like 4 or 5 of the same bikes and just switch just the bar clamps out and do this so we can describe it better. Because I've done it, but not back to back to back. But I like to get a few other people that have different tastes than I do.
So that actually brings me to this very next item: is the XC Gear Spurs foot pegs.
Yes.
Were those the foot pegs that years ago we were running on the KTMs, and they had so it was a pin that came out, and then it had the peg that slid over it with like 2 elastomers?
Yes.
So those ones, which I remember.
We did the early development on those. We did some testing here. We were helping them with those elastomer development and everything. So that's why that makes me think that triple clamp is a Mako, not a Umitsomi.
So, and I know we had the same thought process on the foot pegs, and it was that, I mean, it was nice in the sense that it was a little easier on the ankles, maybe. But where I didn't like it was it made the bike feel like it was falling apart. Like my feet, at least in my riding, my feet are the only thing that are stuck to that thing good.
I'm the same way.
So basically your leg, your kneecaps down that's what's holding on. And when you
what do you think of pivot pegs, for instance?
I hate them.
I do too. I'm not saying it's a bad product. I'm just saying that for me, the way I ride, the way I control the bike, the way I feel the bike talks to me through the foot pegs. And the better I'm riding, the more the foot pegs tell me. Mm-hmm. And when the foot pegs start moving in any way, shape, or form, and I'm actually going to give the Fasst Company foot pegs a second try, because I also tested kind of them, helped them with a little bit.
Those ones with the flat elastomer underneath the
correct.
The peg bed or whatever.
It's meant to dampen vibration and kind of adjust for some shocks. And it's really, and what I learned in doing both of these different things is that the elastomer is very, very critical. Mm-hmm. And for me, like 2 strokes and 4 strokes vibrates at different RPMs. So they kind of require different elastomers, because you want to kind of get the elastomer that the frequency kind of deadens where the bike really kind of acts up. So for me, especially when you take the foot peg and you give the foot peg any sort of vagueness, I lose communication. It's like putting a filter between me and the bike. Not to say that some people don't like it. And the other thing is, I run the stiffest frickin' boots. I run the CD Crossfires with the SRS sole. So they're probably the stiffest, hardest boots. They have the least amount of like dampening, but it has some dampening, and that doesn't the shock and stuff that I'm getting out of the foot pegs, it takes a really crappy bike, or a bike that's been assembled or done something completely wrong, over torque swing arm pivots and weird stuff, to where I really get shocks in my ankles and my shins. But the foot pegs are critically important, and not to say good or bad. I mean, these are the decisions he made with his bike, and I haven't decided to end it for either the tire, the clamps, or the foot pegs just yet. I know you're pretty judgy there with that tire, but let's go. What's the next product?
We got a C Concept seat.
That's a winner. Straight up winner. This thing's just, I won't fight you there. It just went up on the front. It went up on the rear wheel. It got a lot of traction. It's heading that direction. C Concept seat.
Then we've got the old Fast Track Moto decals, which I know you're a big sticker guy.
I hate putting stickers on anything. Shoot, we tried to put a sticker on my cabinet today, and I about
it was rough watching you put it on.
It was rough watching me put it on. I was having anxiety, just sticker installation. But I hate to say it, but I kind of like.
I like it. I mean,
I kind of like his. If it didn't have that strange like logo on it that looks like a H with like 3 blades of hair, then
that's the chainsaw one, right?
The chainsaw one.
So wait. So I've heard that's actually supposed to be the sights of a rifle, because Husqvarna was originally manufactured.
This is true.
No, it's the stitching of a sewing machine.
Oh.
It could be the teeth of a chainsaw gear.
It could also be a lawnmower.
They're almost like Yamaha. Do you know Yamaha makes competition 4-stroke motorcycles as well? You probably didn't know this, John, but if you want to enter the victory zone, you can visit Yamaha Motorcycles, YamahaMotorsports.com, to explore what's new and improved for 2022 on the YZ450F and YZ250F. Has nothing to do with this Husky that we're looking at.
No. So,
but if you were part of the Blue Crew, crew, you would realize that the powerful 4-stroke engine has reduced unsprung weight and new suspension settings.
That's another thing is the Blue Crew program.
Yes,
that's a pretty solid program. If you have I think it's 2 years, a 2-year or newer motorcycle.
Oh, that you can get some contingency
for contingencies for like all events. There's a whole lot of Works, Moran even supports it.
Do you have to race to do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we can't talk about it then.
But I'm not talking about racing. I'm talking about the program.
Oh, getting cash back.
Yeah, anything back is good.
And if you're racing, you would definitely want to have the Monster Energy Yamaha Racing Editions graphics package.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best part about the YZ 4-strokes, though, this is the best part. Better than the contingency. Because if you do what I'm going to tell you right now, you will probably roost your way to Victory Circle because you use the free Power Tuner app.
Oh, I forgot those had that.
Dude, it's insane.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. You can make that motor into anything you want with the Power Tuner app. So it's the only free Power Tuner app.
Is there access to other tunes on that?
Yeah.
So not just your own custom ones. You can actually go
Yamaha sends some. You can send us an email, and I will generally get back to you with an app. I actually kind of ask you what you want. You can't say send me your best map. I'm like, because my best map could be your worst map. It's personalizable. You can send other guys in the industry an email, and they'll send you the best map. I promise. But I actually ask a question back because you might want something you might want that. And we have a couple different maps that we played with. Yeah, like we make maps for, if you kind of like Matt and a little light on the wrist.
125 guy.
Yeah. Anyways, visit YamahaMotorsports.com today and find your Yamaha YZ and enter the victory zone. Find a dealer. Tell them Dirt Bike Test sent you. And that's it. So we're getting right back
to this motorcycle. So I'm not.
I like the graphics.
You know what my motorcycle is.
I'm out on these graphics.
Yeah, you know what my motorcycle is.
Have you seen Andrew's bike?
His new bike?
His graphics on his new bike. It's not. They can't even tell what brand it is.
Really?
Yeah, that's how good it is. But anyways,
I'm going on his Instagram then.
Anyways, so you know what my motorcycles look like. I am a big fan of stickers.
Right, they're cherry,
and I'm usually a pretty big fan of minimal. I like clean lines and stuff like that. But that bike looks pretty good.
He's got a Wolf Enduro sticker up there, so I'm sure he runs with a radio. I wonder where. Do you think he has a radio tower next to his bike there? I wonder what's that extra wheel laying on the ground too.
That's the double thick tire. It's the next size up.
Okay, so what was the name of our competitor here?
We got Cody Ryan.
Cody, yeah, I like your bike, Cody.
I like it.
Fat tires. Oh, you do too.
I hate the tires. Oh, but everything else.
Okay, we'll just put it as a medium
right
roost.
Of stuff there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at Andrew's new bike right now. Yeah.
He has a good graphics package on that.
That is a good graphic. It almost reminds me of the graphics packages you'll see around here when they're testing new cars.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds me of that a little bit.
Incognito.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's our next bike?
Jason, we'll get to your question here in a second.
Let's answer Jason's question.
Oh, yeah, we got
let's go straight to the question. Because this is a little photo. I'm going to have to wait till my eyes adjust to see this because I don't need glasses, by the way. What's Jason's trying? He's trying to lighten his toolkit?
He's trying to lighten his toolkit, but Matt keeps putting things in front of the screen.
Don't worry, you're fine. There you go.
All right, Jason. I'm trying to lighten my toolkit. Do you carry chain tools and a spare master link on day rides?
Yes. Yep. I have. Well, because you ride a lot of times, like in the few times that you ride, you end up riding with me.
With you.
And you expect that I just carry this stuff. I usually, when John shows up to go riding, I usually hand him a couple things. Like, here's a bag for gas.
It's usually a bag with gas in it.
Yeah. I wonder why.
2 gallons because you're already not overweight.
Yeah. Well, it's just because you know how far we're going to go. It's not going to be like if John gets to go riding, we go riding. Yeah. We take some tours. So I carry, because I actually carry in my kind of my day pack, my short pack, I carry this little tiny, it's a block of metal about probably 1 inch by half an inch, and it has a pin in it, a screw pin on it. And it will break chains and stick chains back together. A lot of my bikes have, when I'm putting my new chain on there, I break out the extra link. And I actually take it, and it's usually 1.5 links or 1.5 links, I would say. And I take it and I fold it down so I have 2 end plates and the center pin, the internal link, and I fold it down. And between those two things, it's basically a little 2 inch by 2 inch I should bring it in. It's all wrapped in. It's wrapped
essentially a 2-link, one outer, one inner.
Yeah, one outer, one inner, and then I have a master link, and then I have my little tool, and I just wrap that all. It's all in a little bubble, and it's with my little nuts and bolts, and it's in there in case of emergency. Some of my bikes actually have 2 or 3 links zip tied someplace on the motorcycle, so I have. Like
skid plate's a good spot.
Like on the skid plate, I know on top, like the chain guide, like on a KTM, the chain guide is that big heavy plastic thing. Right on top of that, I lay the chain there and I just wire it on there. I just drill a couple holes through, then I wire the tire and just kind of sits there. And just in case of emergency, and I've never ever had to use it on any bike that I've taken the time to wire those chains on there.
Yep.
But when I didn't, or I didn't take my tool, those are the rides I didn't. So Jason, build yourself a little tiny toolkit.
I know the biggest thing with toolkits people get in trouble with is they bring a tool that will do the same job 3 times. Mm-hmm. So that, like a pair of needle nose pliers will do the job of 3 other tools, but they'll still bring all 3 other tools, or, vice versa. Or 3 10mm sockets.
Every once in a while, you should probably just leave your toolbox closed, open up your toolkit, and work on your bike out of the toolkit. And yeah, it's a pain in the ass, but then you're going to find out what you're short.
Yeah.
When you're doing an oil change, when you're going to change a tire or whatever, try to do it out of your toolkit. Can I do this? What do I need to add?
Yeah, and you also got to expect that if it eats a valve on the trail,
right,
you're not going to fix it. So there's no reason to bring tools to pull the head off of this thing. So there's got to be a point where you're like, hey, maybe I need to get to the fuel pump and blow in it and try and make it work again. Those are good tools to bring along to get the tank off of it type stuff, to get the wheels off of it, chain stuff. But if it's
I'm thinking, I'm thinking, okay, we're just looking at the zip tie fuel filter thing. Let's just say we had a problem with a fuel line. We had to clip a fuel line, and this fitting here, you don't have those, but I have wire, and I can wire the fuel line back, tight and close so it's not leaking if I have to pull the fuel line. And this, like I said, if you have a fuel filter problem, this thing you could take out and clean out. I had a buddy, we got a flat tire. I got a flat tire. You know what he pulled out of his damn backpack? A can of Maxima SC1.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm like, what is this for? He goes, makes the tire go on easier. Full can too, by the way.
Yeah.
Full can.
I don't know if you've used that as some magic sauce. I use it on everything.
Okay, don't talk about it because we may have a new sponsor coming on, and then we can talk about oil products.
There's a reason why I have work after this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're working on some stuff, but it's okay. No, I totally agree with everything you said. That's pretty cool stuff. But imagine you're on the trail and you're changing a tire, and he also showed me that he had this mountain bike. It was mostly mountain bike pump. It's a battery and a pump all in this kind of little tube. Yep. It was. Hey, I bought one. I went home and I bought one. When I got home, that was pretty cool. So now I carry that as opposed to my little. I still carry the.
So here's the thing. If you're going on a trail ride,
what do you carry?
But you don't have mooses,
right,
in your motorcycle. Is it heavier to run a moose in the front and rear, or to bring an extra tube and an electric pump?
We're going to have to pull the scale out to answer that question.
This is a good question.
That's a good question.
Do you want to write a story?
Bear in mind, one is unsprung rotating weight, and the other one's just attached to you. So,
oh boy.
So anyone who's ever ridden with, I assume
the mooses only get a little bit heavier than tubes. I mean, just net. The moose is only a little bit heavier than tubes. And you're never going to have a problem. Because I thought you were going to ask, you're going to go on a ride, and when do you carry a tube? It's kind of like, how far am I going to go, and how far can I plan on riding on a flat tire? Or do I want to carry a tube? And I usually just carry one front, and then, you throw the front in, and then you just kind of be careful, and you can usually get yourself back. You might alter the course back, whatever. But that's a good question.
You know what? Strictly based on weight.
We're going to pull the scale out and figure that question out if I can remember this conversation. Right, Matt?
Because I know a lot of people do get really in depth with weights.
Weight weenies. Yeah, I know. I have a bunch of friends that are like this. Yeah.
Carbon fiber is cool.
We're sitting there at the maybe we got done riding and we're In-N-Out Burger. And they're just putting down the double, telling me that I could get titanium.
Yeah.
rim locks.
You know who has titanium foot pegs on their X model 450?
You do?
This guy.
Okay.
This guy.
Yeah.
Hey, don't we have some more bikes to Rooster?
Oh, Rooster Endo. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
we're gonna get there. I have the little picture of that guy's bike.
Has nothing to do with weight, by the way.
Oh, Matt's trying to keep us to it. It's show 150. We can do whatever we want anymore.
No, yeah, we can go a little longer. I mean, we're having a good show, so
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know why that happened, but
All right, we ready for this one?
yeah, go.
All right, we got
It's
Brian.
got a long list.
We got Brian Ware here. He's got a 2017 Husqvarna FE501. Good, super solid bike. We got us a Vortex ECU. Is there a pipe down here somewhere?
You can skim through that, but hit the good ones.
Yeah, we just ran through there real quick. We got the Moto minded headlight mount with an XL Pro.
Right.
Raw designs.
So he's on our page with that.
He's got lots of light. BRP Vibe isolation handlebar mount and handguard mounts. I assume those are those big giant aluminum ones that.
No. That's the one that sits on. That's the one I have on all my bikes, on my 500s. So hopefully he has a Scott steering sidebar, which I now see. I can't see much except for a lot of graffiti in the photo where he parked his bike.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if he does some stunting.
I hope
in that tunnel. Do you think he does stunting?
maybe I would. It would be fun to ride through that tunnel and get the revs up really, really good. You know, like how sport car, like
Look at
guys in sports cars.
And my wife says he has a cool location where he shot the photo.
No, I like it.
Likes the urban art.
I'd have taken a picture there.
It's better than taking the picture off the side of the road where your bike skidded because it had bad tires.
Yeah.
Yes.
What kind of tires does he have?
What kind of tires does this feller have?
Motos. I see it right at the bottom.
Moto Z.
Yeah, he might have skidded.
If it's that big round thing on the rear.
They're getting better with their tires. They're really working on it.
This was years ago, the last time I rode one of those.
Right, the one that would never wear out.
The thing was made out of steel.
Right.
I think I ran it on a KDX for 3 years.
Did you ever run a Dick's CPEC tire? I think. Remember those things? They made these steel belted motorcycle tires that weighed like 45 pounds.
That's Moto Z. This Moto Z, it was their hybrid. The thing was almost perfectly round, and it had knobbies like to 90 degrees.
Did I give you that?
No.
You bought it?
I didn't buy it, but it came on. It came on a bike that I got, and it was brand new. And I still have it in my garage, and I can't wear it out. I don't know what to do with it.
Not on a KDX 200.
I don't actually know what to do with it.
We could actually put it on a Husaberg and see if we can attempt.
I don't think
to wear it out.
It might be too tough. But granted,
Terraflex.
It never grabbed traction.
Terraflex. Those are the tires. Thanks, Bob.
Anyways, what else we got here? We got a Moto-minded GPS mount. Oh, that's nice. A Garmin 700i. Scott steering stabilizer.
He should have got a Voyager Pro. Then we could see where his buddies are
for sure. We got some sick ass handlebar switches. I'm guessing those are little billet ones.
It's like putting your stock switches on a diet. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Sick ass.
Perfect. Sick ass. Bulletproof Designs radiator guards. There we go. Heading in the right direction. A Recluse clutch. Perfect.
Molecule skid plate.
Yeah, one of those on there. A Cherubies fuel tank.
Hard to get, but definitely do their job. I can see this.
Guessing it's a big one. Taco Moto wraparound fork turn signals. Is that turn signals down on the fork guards?
It's like a little tube that's like a LED. It's like a tube filled with LEDs, and you just like they clip onto the fork tubes, and then that's where your turn signals are. So you don't have those blinkers that I always break off.
Yeah, I break them off every time. Taco Moto Tidy Tail.
Tidy Tail.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah. Like I said, those will tidy tail themselves, but it's nice to have an actual piece to make them look tidy.
It's nice that somebody can actually pronounce that on this show without getting me in trouble. Heather says roost.
No, I'm agreeing. We're not even done with the product list. I agree.
I'm roosting this thing.
That's a rad bike.
I like that it's a different picture. I don't think we've ever gotten a photo like this.
Yeah, we got some Fastway pegs on that bad thing. Some Fastway kickstand.
They have a big billet kickstand that's a pretty nice piece.
Oh, he's running a tubeless system.
Right.
Pretty big fan of those too. And of course the seat concepts.
Okay. Seat concept seat. I'm
pretty sure we started this whole thing talking about how everyone has a seat concept seat.
We do not pick them. It's just if you're that kind of seat concept seat kind of guy, you like to see if your bike is roosting. So yeah, roost, definitely a roost.
Yeah, for sure. That's a good one.
I like it.
Yeah, I really like the photo too, just because it's different.
No, it's a good photo. And those are all tasteful. Okay. A lot of money thrown at it. That's definitely tasteful stuff. I like it. All right. Nice. Damon Allen Pour.
Pour? Like pour? Like
pour another glass of tequila.
No, it's too expensive. I'm poor. I'm too poor to do that. Did we get this submitted on Instagram?
I don't have a clue.
No, he submitted a screenshot
from Instagram.
Okay, I like.
No. This is from his gallery. He opened his gallery and then he took a screenshot.
Okay.
So you didn't write much on here, but I can see that is roughly a 2022 Husqvarna 450 and or 501.
Did he not even put that?
Did not put that.
Ooh.
But it did get a Get ECU.
Right.
The old titanium FMF. It's desmogged and it's got a set of Fastway pegs on it. But judging by the fact that it is brand new,
right,
he might not have enough time to throw more money on it.
He didn't have enough time to tell us what it was and give us more info. And it looks like he rolled it out into the park
and took a picture.
That might be across the street from the dealer. That thing is brand new.
It could be across the street from his house. And if that was across the street from my house, you'd see some big old berms in there.
Those Husky burnt bronze clutch covers stay that color for all of 20 hours.
Oh, okay. What he didn't tell us what it was. It's a 350.
You think so?
It looks like a 350.
Isn't there a double overhead cam?
Yeah, it's a double overhead cam in there.
I can't see that far.
Hold on.
He didn't even go shoot.
He didn't even charge his battery before he submitted this to us.
Yeah, he's got barely any signal. Okay. Endo.
But I know that's...
Oh, really? Endo, yeah. You like the bike?
You got to follow the rules to race.
No, I agree.
If you don't at least take the time to tell us what year, make, and model.
It's still a brand new Husky. It's cool. Yeah. It may not be a rooster, but it's still cool. You know? What do we got here?
What's next? This is our last one for tonight. Just we got a special last minute entry.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh boy.
Kevin Huckins. We got a 2021 Husqvarna FE501. Huskies seem to be the theme of the night. I like it. We don't have a picture of it. Whoa.
Every once in a while you drool over a bike, right? Like,
what's the opposite of drool?
Well, no. So, like, you would agree. Like, you look at a bike and you drool over a bike.
Yeah, like that thing's sweet. Like, every time Ricky's rally bike's here.
Sometimes, yeah. But sometimes you put a graphics package on your bike that looks like somebody drooled on it.
Yeah, that's not.
It's got the Lucky Sevens on it.
Let's run. We've got a Get ECU on this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Fastway tip. Guessing that is the
end tip on the muffler.
Sparker interster, maybe. We've got fork wrap blinkers. I don't see them, but I believe they're there.
They're there.
Those are the Takamoto ones?
Yeah,
right,
you can barely see it.
Bottom triple clamp?
Yeah, it's right on top of the triple clamp.
Oh, that's nice. So it's like a little rope light.
Yeah, Super Sano.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. All from Takamoto.
Mm-hmm.
And custom homemade graphics.
Okay, that is a homemade graphics package. Is it called the Drool Kit?
Yeah.
It looks like a Dalmatian.
Could have been so cool.
It's got some kind of skin condition.
It doesn't help that was the Huskies where they still do, but they have that blue frame that is just the most unattractive color they've ever put on a motorcycle.
I actually don't hate that frame color.
You're wrong.
Yeah. Well, you and I tend to have different opinions on looks of bikes.
It's just not a pretty blue.
Okay, it's Brian.
That's
Brian. What's his name? Brian?
I forget. It's the Kevin Huckins.
Kevin, we have to talk about a few things.
Yeah.
The lighting on your photo is kind of catastrophic.
We got a good thumb shot too. Right?
Yeah, it's got some thumb in there. Is that thumb? But I don't care. But the lighting is like you could have at least moved it away from the bench. And I'm a little. Everybody's trying to hide their disc guards and stuff like that.
Well, he's hiding his whole front wheel.
That helmet's placement and everything is a little suspicious.
And he's got round tires. Look at that. Those look like the stock tires that come with the KLR.
I am not. I'll have you know.
Colorblind.
I bought a Rockstar Edition Husky because it came with a black frame.
No, you bought it because it had the different brakes.
Well, it also came with Brembos. But
yeah,
it also came with a black frame, and that was,
Okay.
It wasn't blue.
I'm not. If that's your color palette and your graphic style,
of all the people I would expect to say they love those.
No, San Felipe Bob, of course. I like the DIY graphics. So,
like respect for putting in the time to make your own graphics.
No, good on him. If he likes it, he likes it.
Yeah, it's his bike. Like,
I just probably wouldn't ride it up the street.
I might have came in a little hot with my Dalmatian comment, but it's.
I want to know.
Respect for making it.
I want to know how you take some sticky vinyl stuff, put it inside of your mouth, chew on it, and then cough, and they stick on your bike that good. Because that's what I'm seeing here.
So you're not a fan.
Not of the graphics package, not on this one, no.
Respect for making it, but it's a little rough.
I'm not even sure what we were going for. Was it supposed to be like a camo design?
Like I said, it's the story when everybody goes, "What the fuck were you thinking with that graphics package?" Excuse my French.
That's exactly where I went with it.
It's like, well, I got this vinyl, I chewed on it, and I coughed.
No, have you ever seen the like all the gum underneath the desk at school?
Heather says, "Jimmy, have you seen your trucks?"
That's what.
Which one? The one I spray painted or the one that got hail damaged? I don't know. No, I don't look at my own shit. That's why I'm stoked on this guy.
By the way,
this guy, he rides that bike, and people are like, they're not even gonna care what kind of gear he's wearing when they see this graphics package. Yeah. Actually, I wonder if he has matching gear.
He might. He does have a visored dual sport helmet.
Okay.
And those are pretty round wheels.
Those are round wheels. Good
round
job,
wheels.
Matt.
Yeah. Well, the round tires.
Round tires.
He's been talking to my kids in there.
Yeah.
Those are round wheels.
Good.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all.
This is an endo.
I appreciate his support for Takamoto.
Yeah,
but he should support someone like.
I think he needs it. It's okay. So this is one of those ones that you got to take it back out, then reshoot it or whatever. Maybe that graphics package, like it's some sort of a camouflage thing where he rides where he needs to like kind of duck the.
I think a little bit of effort. Maybe put it on a stand, put it in the driveway.
Yeah, we kind of get on you for the driveway too. The reason we like them in the garage is because we start like looking at your tools and all the stuff you have in the background. Okay. Yeah, we kind of go a little weird on you there.
Is that how I get to
that thing?
I got that thing in.
Okay, last one, Matt.
I think that was the last one.
Oh, you're not going to throw the.
Oh, the Christini.
Oh, yes.
Well, we don't have a picture for it, but
send her to the end.
A picture. For
the
board.
Endos.
Now this is a roost right here. This is a roost.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this is where I have to explain to you. You guys, morons.
It's gonna roost from here and here.
It's a double roost. Yeah,
from the rear and the front.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't roost by theory. It just does not roost. It can't roost.
Okay, but theory doesn't always match with practical, like real world testing.
Yeah, cool. It's so just so you know that I can plainly say that this is my show and I say it endos. So let's put the picture away and it endos. And then
I can press these two buttons and we can tell whose show is.
Do you know what I would really like to see out of that motorcycle? I would like to see a slightly smaller frame, an air-cooled Honda motor in their electric start, and the same tire wheel package. That would be a super fun bike to play.
You mean a Fat Cat? Oh, you mean if it was a Fat Cat, that would be really
interesting.
Cool. Yeah, yes, that's an all-wheel drive Fat Cat.
I think the only thing that would be the downfall of that bike is that because it's a full-size bike with a 450 motor in it, you would go try to ride it like it was a little more wild. I don't know. I feel like maybe you'd get on it and think maybe it was a little more competitive.
We'll talk to Steve and see if we can get out here and we'll figure out what we
either send it down or.
I think this would be a great.
Hey, Rick Levon is really bummed out that we missed his entry.
We didn't miss it. It's in the queue. Don't worry. We got a lot of entries.
Yeah. So and look at Heather already bets that bike does well in the dunes. You want to ride it, honey?
What do you think about this thing?
You know what? I think this bike. It'd be a great bike to learn how to jump on because you have suspension here and it's suspension here.
No, stop it.
No.
Getting it off the ground is going to be a little rough. But
the problem is like it will grab traction a lot, and when you are jumping, it might grab traction at the wrong time.
I don't know what it's going to do in the.
I don't know. We got to test it. But now we have to test it because if it jumps horrible.
If you've ever jumped a 3-wheeler before, I imagine it's
a little like
vaguely similar to that.
And Rick Levon in all of Logan's glory says, sweet. Yeah, sweet. His bike is going to be up.
Yeah, you have an extra like 3 or 4 inches of suspension travel right there. So
I definitely see a spot for it in my world of motorcycles for enjoyment. But jumping, it doesn't look fun.
Yeah, not a jumper. So Bob says he would ride it too. And Rusty Nails looks like it would tuck the front end easily. It might scrub better than other.
Yeah. See, Bob's got the idea. It's a water bike. If you hook that platform that Robbie Madison has to the bottom of that thing, I bet that thing would skim across a little bit of water left in Lake Mead.
Yeah. No, I think, nope.
So who wins the $100?
Oh, that's right. Hey, John, this is the part where we have to make a pivotal decision and decide who is the winner. So we go back. Go ahead and call up. Show the screenshot that we can see with all the photos on it.
2017 Husky.
The 2017 Husky.
Yeah, in front of the tunnel.
Really?
The best photo, but I have a hot take for my vote.
Okay.
I think we give it to Kevin in hopes that he'll buy a new graphics kit.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
What are the qualifications?
Whatever we want.
What are the qualifications for the $100? Is it based on how cool it is? How much it roots?
It's based on what we feel that
It kind of depends on how much you think I really control this show, because I could override everything, or I could kind
of okay. Because there's I mean, like Larry could use a new set of tires.
The Christini doesn't get it. Larry did not put any information in there, so I kind of always disqualify people that are just like they're just really grabbing for the $100. They're not putting the effort in. And in all honesty, the same thing goes to Damon, who unfortunately didn't really do a whole lot of effort, and I don't think he told us what kind of bike it was. So we're down to the guys that followed the rules, which is Kevin. He put his bike. It tells us what kind of bike it is, right?
Yes, it is.
Did Cody tell us what kind of bike it was?
Cody did tell us what kind of bike.
Yeah, and I like Cody's graphics.
It's Cody, Kevin, and
Brian actually gave us a picture. It looks like he took some effort, and Brian put his full list on there.
Everything.
So it's kind of good there. So I'm like looking. Okay, these guys. So they followed instructions.
Good.
They have bikes that we seem to like. Like it or hate it. And then now it's down to like what we really feel about it. So I say we let's just give it to the Husky.
Well, okay, then I like that idea. We'll stick with that.
Right. I like the.
This was all Husky week, Matt. I can't believe that you didn't shuffle the.
So
whatever they order come in as the order, okay. I put them on.
All three.
You did say you were going to do that.
Yeah, all three of them need to buy tires.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You think so too?
Yeah. So we can't use that.
Hey, did the guy last week reach out to us, because he got double dipped? He got an extra $100 from Rottweiler Performance last week.
I believe he reached out.
He reached out and got that. That's pretty cool.
Well, I hooked him up with Takamoto. I don't.
Yeah,
I really the email thread.
Make sure you get him hooked up. So okay, we're back here. I'm kind of impartial. I like Cody's graphics. I like Brian's photo, and I feel bad because I roosted so hard on Kevin's graphics.
But he could have at least pushed it out of the garage, take a photo.
Yeah. Okay. So if we're gonna go down that avenue, I think I feel better about roosting on his graphics, but his graphics endo.
You're right about the. I was all in. It was kind of like I felt bad. Wanted to give it to Kevin. Hopefully he gets a new graphics kit, but. Since he is in the garage, that's a good point.
He made them himself, though, so he can make another set.
He can't make another set.
If he made his damn graphics, he put his bike out inside on a stand or something like that. Or
give it to Brian.
Brian.
Most unique photo of
like Brian, submission. It's a good photo. He put some effort into it.
Yeah, my wife liked it, so I won't at least have to argue with her about this.
Yep. And I mean, he...
Let's go there, Brian.
He put the effort in.
Yeah, Brian Ware. Reach out to Matt. Get back to us.
Matt at JimmyLewisOffroad.com. Do not reach out to me on Facebook. I do not check that. I do not check my Facebook regularly. It is not the best way to get a hold of me.
Yeah, so get us back at the on the emails and stuff, and we will get you hooked up with your gift certificate. Thanks to Takamoto. That's takomoto.co. You can go there for all your needs, just like Big John here did. Yeah. He went down there and went down the rabbit hole of finding cool stuff that he didn't even know he needed.
And I'll tell you. So I don't know where you stand on outside advertising in your podcast. But I actually originally went to Taco Moto to buy a fundraising shirt for Gary Smith for his ISD.
Awesome.
Yeah. So that was kind of originally what kind of rolled me towards that.
Cool.
Rolled me towards that, and then I just kind of stumbled down looking at other stuff. But
that's pretty cool. Hey, Ian, and for all you guys that are on, going through your fundraising, your ISD fundraising and stuff like that, if you want to call into the show and talk to us a little bit about it, I had to get Jerry to get his Fuck You team to call into the show. We don't talk about racing. I'll just have to keep shutting them down. I'll just let them list off their sponsors or whatever.
Right.
And then I can tell them how I used to change tires to get my money. I didn't ask. I didn't beg for it. I went out to the events that I was racing. Actually, I did beg. I sent out letters to District 37 clubs. I said it was this weird thing where you would type or handwrite out a letter and you put it in an envelope, you put it in the mail, and you'd send it away.
Right.
But where does it go from there?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like the internet. So it wasn't really a bunch of tubes, but the postman took it and he took it someplace. And then and actually a couple of clubs came back and supported because we were kind of district. I was a desert kid. But
motorcycle
I generated a good portion. Actually, I probably drew more attention to what I was doing by showing up at the races and said, hey, I'm going to go to ISD. I have to change my tires every day. I have to learn how to do quick tire changes. Let me change your tire for a donation. I think I was charging like $5 or $10 to do a tire out in the desert. I did a lot of stinking tires. And then guys would go back to their club and they'd hear about the letter or something like that. They go, yeah, the kid was pretty cool. And it still cost me a little bit of money to go there, but that's the kind of stuff, think about it. Think about, you guys are, if you're going to ISD or you're a good ride in your area, offer to do like a fun, like a training. Like I'm tripping over my own thing. Like, go teach a little bit of riding school, teach some training, have a fun grass track, that you can have guys tell them what ISD is about, do some.
They did a ride day on Saturday out in believe it or not, there's actually a motocross track out in Searchlight.
Okay.
But it's a private one, but they went out and did some cool stuff out there Saturday, barbecue style.
Awesome.
Deal. And and that's such a better way to go about it than to just make a GoFundMe. That's the absolute worst way. I'm not going to.
You're old, John. That's the new way.
I know, but I'm not going to donate to anyone that goes, "Hey, I'm trying to do this. Give me money."
Logan's not going to charge you to do his kids. He's just going to set up a GoFundMe so that he can get money to watch your kids. He's young.
He'll send me a Venmo bill or something.
Yeah.
So, anyways, hey. We received 100 messages today. Those congratulations, everybody, for participating in the show. The show is brought to you by Yamaha, Taco Moto, Scott Sports, Climb, DDC, Trail Tech, Fasst Company, Seat Concepts, and Bulletproof Designs. We like those companies. They support us. We definitely want you to support them. They're helping this free information go out over the internet. And, if you don't like what you're hearing, if you don't think it works, just remember what you paid for it.
Yeah, you can also call in and talk to us.
You can call in and talk to us. Get your questions ready. When you're struggling with something, or if you want to make your bike work better, and you go, I wonder how I can get an answer. And this is something I wanted to roll back to. Is I had a talk with Mike Spurgeon, Taco Mike. I called him this week because he has the EXC that we're broadcasting on that group right now. Live, and the FE EXC kind of, what is it called, performance group or owners group.
EXC FE Performance Group and Tech Talk.
Yeah, so he basically has a group where people kind of ask questions and they get a lot of answers. And aside from some of the answers are mediocre at best and of a certain amount of like just it's just like, oh, buy this or buy that or throw this on or do this other stuff. There's a lot of guys there that really know what they're talking about. You can tell that they're techs. You can tell that these guys have a lot of time on bikes. And I said, you're out there and you're fishing for answers. You're saying, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or I've got this bike and it's doing this. And I look at it and there's 85 responses. And I don't have time to look through 85 responses, but every once in a while I'll just say, okay, I'm going to look at them all and I'm going to read all of them because I like the group and I want it to be productive. And I read through and I just probably want to punch 35% of the people.
My bike did that exact same thing, and it was the ECU.
The other people, there's another 35%. So now we're up to 80%. But so there's the other 35%. I'm like, those guys are talking too much. And then there's this 20% that's actually pretty thoughtful, or people that know exactly what they're talking about, and they say, hey, have you tried this? And a lot of it involves that person especially if they're a later commenter, to go through and read all the ones, because they're not just saying the same thing over again. They say, hey, that worked. And because sometimes the guy in the post says, oh yeah, I tried that, it didn't work. I tried this, it wasn't that. Or in his original post, he explains exactly what he did. I did this and I did that. And then 3 posts down, it's like, oh, did you check this? And it's like, he said in the thing that's one of the things you check. So it's like, you want to just spit out your comment and you didn't. If you want to do that,
hey, my bike doesn't idle.
If you want to do that, make your own podcast and then say whatever you think. I know a guy that did that.
It worked out all right.
Yeah. But anyways, so get down there. So I said, hey, if you're one of these guys that posts and you get some good information, please go in there and put, problem solved, edit your post and put problem solved or repost it and say, hey, I had this one. All you have to do, it's really easy. Copy your text. I had this one and here's this guy that gave me this great advice and this was the answer. So we don't have to read 85 comments to get all the way down. And usually the answer is like midway because the problem gets solved and then 16 other guys go, dude, you should have bought this or your KTM is a piece of shit. Should have bought the Husky. It's like, okay, yeah, you know everything, but that's not what we were trying to get. But take the information, take the question so that guys that are really trying to hone their craft so they can, when it happens to you, which a lot of these are such weird, unique things. It's not a crazy problem. You kind of know the answer. At least you have a, if this, then that. This happened, then I'm going to try this, then I'm going to try this, then I'm going to try that. Just like the guy, usually the guy's already, he's had the problem. He tried this, he tried that. Now what do I do? And then somebody comes along and says, I tried this, I tried that. I did this and it fixed it.
Yeah, it's the build up to the problem solving, and unfortunately, there's a lot of people in this world that didn't grow up with fathers that were mechanics, or didn't grow up being mechanically inclined, or or they're just now getting into it.
You buy a bike that's so amazing that nothing ever goes wrong with it, and then all of a sudden you don't clip your damn fuel line back together, and then your bike doesn't run, and you're like, piece of shit. It worked perfect up until I took the tank off and now it doesn't work, and it's like you didn't put the clip back in the gas tank, but whatever.
You know that because you grew up when a bike stopped running, you had to go problem solving from fuel and spark and intake and all this type of stuff, and you had this carburetor to deal with, and it was very mechanically
Everybody should have to buy a kickstart Chinese bike that's going to break, and then you're going to have to source parts by scavenging it off of models that no longer
that would
exist.
Definitely build your baseline for working on bikes, tremendously. But that's the thing is, like you said, anyone who's buying a new bike, even within the last 10 years, are pretty problem free for lots and lots and lots of miles.
Yes, they're crazy.
So,
I mean, they're crazy reliable, and the stuff you see on a lot of times on the internet, those are the 1%ers or the 5%ers that have some issues. And
and
95% of the time, it's like, what was the last thing you did to your motorcycle? That's going to tell you what the problem.
That's the thing is
and hey, Matt, on your book there, mark down Rick Levon. When his thing comes through on because he just said happy 150th. I like that, so it's just going to slide it up higher into the roost thing. I like that guy.
But yeah, so.
Yeah. Sure. So anyways, so my rant is, my complaining is, if you're getting free information off the internet, contribute back and put the problem in the solution so that we can all see that your problem's been solved, and give credit to the person that gave you the proper advice, and just ignore all of the ding dongs. Don't get in arguments with the guys that are out there doing stuff, because that's a lot of times, whether they're trolling or whatever, that's what they're trying to do. And I know the internet's going to drive the price of everything down to zero, so I'll never be able to make a living, but it's okay. I'm going to have to go get a job like you, John. I'm going to have to.
That's a bummer, buddy. That really sucks. Anyways, hey, I'm off tomorrow if you want to go riding.
If we can figure out where it rained, if we figure out which direction
right in the middle of town.
We can't really ride in the middle of town. I mean, we can because it's prompt, but
in my driveway,
I'd like to, if there's a place where the sand washes flowed, I'll look at the weather radar. I'll do a scan on the weather radar. I can do this, and if it comes up, I'll give you a call in the morning, because I would like to go riding too. Hey, Matt, thank you for producing the show. Sorry I put you to sleep.
It's all good.
Bob, thanks for the pizza tonight. Remember you bought pizza?
Oh, about that.
Do I owe you any money?
Yeah, $40.05.
45.
$40.05.
$40. Okay. So I might be able to figure out, cut open.
Do we pull that out of the tip jar or?
No, I'm just going to cut open a mattress. You know how it works around here. Logan, thanks a lot for babysitting. He probably is thinking thank you. It's just hard for it to go from
just let him out the door.
From
he
head.
hasn't even dealt with him in the last hour. They're just out there running amok.
So, hey, everybody, all the viewers that are watching this live, if you're listening to it on the podcast, thanks for joining in. Support our sponsors if you can. Click through our Rocky Mountain links. If you're going to go buy something on Amazon, like a split unit swamp cooler, maybe a giant TV set, we'd love for you to click through our link there.
Oh, Tony says, rain up Wheeler's Pass.
Okay.
It's even cool up there.
Yeah, I have no problem going up there. It'd be pretty good. So with that, we're probably going to come back next week.
I was planning on it. Like my Tuesdays, I pretty much block off my Tuesdays for this. So
that's good. I know I got to go riding pretty soon on a week-long journey.
Yeah. So you looking forward to that?
I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we have some beginner bikes for a project to put some time on as well.
No, I'm not going to ride beginner bikes. I'm
going to take a Christini fat tire.
No, I'm going to take my KTM 300 with TPI that doesn't have an ECU on it, and
for a week.
I haven't adjusted the idle screw, and I don't even have a 90-degree freaking thing on the intake.
But do you have a head? You got to have the high compression.
No, I don't have a high compression head.
But those things don't have any horsepower without the high compression.
I'm fully aware of all that stuff, and I'm really going to ride my bike. And you know what's funny about mine is mine's old enough to where if I actually ride a few thousand feet up in elevation, if I don't stop it and start it, it actually doesn't calibrate properly. Yeah. Not like yours. It's all 22'd out.
I've heard that those old fuel injected two strokes are so slow that they're actually unrideable.
Okay, tomorrow we're going to do a roll on and we'll talk about this. And if I lose, I'm going to go back with my tail between my legs. And I'm going to grab my Husaberg. I'm going to grab the Husaberg, start ringing the bell, and then all you're going to see is tailpipe, bro. So everybody, with that, hey, thank you for joining in, and we will see you on the trail. John, good to have you back. Cheers.
Good night.